Up here. Alrighty. Up here. So last time on Waterdeep Dragon Heist, we dipped our toes into the new campaign, new world, new characters, who dis. We opened up in the city of Waterdeep, where most of this adventure will likely take place, but who knows where we'll end up by the end. Where we found Uda fighting in the middle of a makeshift rink in the middle of the famous, legendary Yawning Portal Tavern. As tonight was Tempest's night, a god of battle figure that's important in Waterdeep. And so across the city, you would all know, and some varying degrees of knowledge of how much you think your character would be invested in it, that there's a lot of fights and organized fights going around the city. And we've opened up with Uda going into a fight with somebody. And so as that was happening, you all kind of explored your characters a little bit and what they would be doing in the middle of the scene. Just some brief, and you can add or clarify. Cora just kind of sat in the corner, being the Aragorn kind of, just kind of keeping an eye on things in the back, trying not to draw attention. Graf got up in personal, and I loved your RP with you kind of move and like hit somebody in the balls to get them to move out of the way. Hillshire was also sitting in the back, kind of keeping an eye on things. But I loved your flavor or your RP of like, ooh, ow, whenever it's ooh, whenever someone was getting hit. And then Zaba was also kind of keeping a little more aloof, correct? I don't remember you doing anything particular during that, just kind of keeping to yourself.
I was quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching,
Mm-hmm. So,
I was paying attention.
You scouting, keeping an eye on this crossroads of adventures from all over the different planes. And as the fight ended with Uda Ada. For those who have played the Shadows of Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor game, like action RPG games, like all the orcs in there, they're always like Uda Ada. Like that's all I can think of when I do your voice. So he ends up.
I've never played that. I had no idea, but I freaking love it. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, yeah. All the orcs kind of have that kind of name, and so and that's how they say Golglok, and like there's a bunch of different names, and so like Uda Ada, you have to say it with that.
Saruman. They got some funny names. I don't want to know how Shagrat got his name though.
I never even thought about that. But you came out victorious, and you were introduced to. I'm actually going to change his name. The priest of Tempest. His name is Yarwin.
Yarwin,
a little halfling, and he had regalia. Yarwin, mate. Oh, sorry, wrong character. But he, congratulated on a good fight and did mention, hey, if you ever want to check out the Temple of Tempest, hit us up. You're pretty cool. You fight with honor, and you had a discussion about your fighting style. He's like, oh, it's been a while since I've seen that kind of technique. So you seem to know what you're talking about on a certain level. While you were having this conversation, Yagra, or we see the token's name as Yagra, but this half-orc was suddenly, after the fight, was put upon by about three or four thug-like figures. And she was giving her own. She actually beat the crap out of who seemed to be maybe in charge of that little band of dudes. But eventually the other ones were about to completely take her down. And they're starting to beat her up a bit. And so everyone had a choice of if they wanted to intervene or what they would do in a situation like that. If I remember correctly, I definitely remember Uda Ada moving in to intervene. Who else intervened?
I know Cora didn't. I think the chandelier dropped right after that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no one really got up in anybody's faces, but I do remember Zaba shooting the chandelier to kind of create a distraction or like kind of pull your focus, right, Zaba?
Yeah. It was the equivalent of just firing my gun into the ceiling. Like, listen up.
And so, everyone else kind of stood back, but so one of the dudes got kicked down by the half-orc lady down into the Yawning Portal, this big shaft that goes down into a place called Undermountain. For those who don't know, because I kind of was moving very quick, the Yawning Portal is a famous tavern, and this big hole that goes in the middle goes to a place called Undermountain. It is a super massive dungeon over 20 levels, and they have made a module for it called Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Everyone who's kind of been in my campaign, they usually like pick parts from it and use it occasionally. So there's a super mega dungeon just underneath this tavern, and so he got knocked down the hole that goes at the entrance to that. And after everyone was kind of talking, relaxing a little bit after the chandelier fell, like, why'd you shoot my chandelier? A troll emerged with a whole bunch of little bat-like mosquito bat creatures called sturges, and everyone else kind of backed away, but you all engaged, and like, we'll take care of this. Durnan, the owner proprietor of the Yawning Portal, stepped out, pulled out a big old great sword. And he's like, I'll take care of the troll. You all take care of the sturges. And we rolled initiative. And you all started fighting. And anything you want to add into the broad strokes of what has happened so far? Anything anybody want to point out that I might have glossed over?
You
I
know,
think so.
you know, you half elf. I think our bet's kind of null and void with this.
Oh yeah, you guys had a little side betting going on at some point, right?
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
it was when they started the fight with the half orc. Put me last silver on the half orc, but given the fight wasn't allowed to end naturally, I think the bet's null and void.
So
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
talking to, who are you talking to, Raph?
I don't know it, but the guy's name is Hillshire.
Okay,
So
that's who I thought you were. I was just making sure. So I'll have Justin kind of respond as you guys are in the middle of the fight, right? The troll sturges are being shot with arrows, blasting, and so you're kind of like shouting this out in the middle of it. And Hillshire, it's your turn if you want to react to that verbally and get into the combat.
Yeah, that works for me. I mean, I bet against the guy who won. So I guess I'll just I'll take a shot at the half orc, the short bow.
All
I
right,
mean the troll.
the troll.
Oh, it's a 20.
20 to hit on the troll. That will be a hit. Oh, at some point, Durnan did yell out as he was like, "You guys take care of the sturges." He did mention somebody get some fire ready, grab a lamp or something of that sort for the troll.
That's right.
All right, 20's a hit.
E5 plus a sneak attack. 6, so
Ooh,
11.
nice. Nice.
Am I not on the turn order?
It's because what happened is I cleared your old token out, and when I did that, it was associated with that token.
So it's that 9 was what it was me.
You were 9. Oh yeah, I was wondering what that little 9 was. Thank you.
That was probably me. That's what I'm probably was me. That
Yeah.
makes- okay.
If you want to roll up into through the or the Discord chat and see if your initiative rolls in there, you can to double confirm it, or cool with
No,
that.
that's fine. I'm
All right.
cool.
All right.
I know I wasn't at the top.
Anything else, Hillshire?
Nope, that's it. Shot the troll. Don't have
Alright.
to pay my bet.
Cora's up.
Ooh, okay. Only got one hit. I guess this is this little thing tried to attack her last round. I think.
It's
Right?
probably, since it's so close to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Oh yeah, the troll tried to lay into you too, but your high AC was beneficial.
Yeah, I got a 20 right now in AC. All right. Well, I mean, I know Durnan was like, "Let me take care of it," but didn't he like miss twice or 3 times?
He
last
missed
round?
technically 4 times. I don't remember how many
4
times I
okay.
rolled, but yeah, he definitely at least has 4 rolls.
Sick. Okay. I guess she's just gonna keep focusing on it since this thing didn't hit her. She's just gonna kind of ignore it and then try to go for the troll again.
You're going for the troll, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
22.
22 is a hit. And remember, for Cora, you actually might be the only one with weapon masteries. Well, Rogue could get it too, I believe.
Yes.
So remember to keep an eye
Yeah.
on your weapon masteries, because that's going to be one that's going to be hard for me
Uh-huh.
to juggle.
Yeah, I did have a question I forgot to ask last time. Okay, so one action, so I can use it every attack action, is what I'm thinking. Like
The
every
weapon
round,
mastery?
essentially. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because it.
yeah, and mostly
Okay,
like
yeah,
one
the
of the effects,
ability
like the
is-
slow effect, it literally says like, oh,
Okay.
when you hit, it does this, but it can't stack from more than one instance of it. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just apply it this time as well. So it's a sap feature. So if it hit, the creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your next turn.
okay.
Okay. And that's it. Only attack once.
All right, the troll's turn comes up. And you do watch as a bit of his injuries heal up. Oops.
I have no fire.
He did mention out for people who weren't feeling creative. Remember also with stuff that's like very narrative. Don't feel punished, but he did yell out like grab a lantern or a lamp or a can. You know, there's a lot of stuff around the environment that could be
Right.
helpful.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a D2 here,
Like a chandelier.
like a chandelier. Okay, he's going for Cora. I'm not Durnan. Okay. All right, so 3 attacks. Here comes the first one. That'll be a 22 to hit.
Yep, well, it's.
Okay. 9
Nice.
piercing damage. He gets not. I'm assuming 9. Is that enough on the one hit? Level 1?
Nope. Nope.
No?
Still got 3 hit points.
Still 3 hit points. All right. So he
Yeah.
bites you with 1 and then comes in with a claw attack on the second. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'm going to post a little screenshot onto it. Uh-huh.
Oh God, you did not crit.
I
You
did crit. I crit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So
What's your new character's name?
yeah. For those who don't, or you know what, I need. Long story short, there's a good chance that I would quote unquote auto kill her character, but we'll go through it. I'm not saying that's what happens. Let's just see what the damage die is for, because you currently have 3 HP left.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the 2014 rules. It might be different, but just basing off the old 2014 rules, you have 3 health. And
Did he use disadvantage? I'm sorry.
on
attacks.
the first one he would
On
have.
the first hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me re-roll that real quick,
You still crit.
because that would have been 18 on the first one, so you would have gotten that
Okay,
health
so that's
back.
Okay.
Yeah, right, because you have a 20. So
Yeah.
you're at full health.
Yes.
Still a weird chance, but those don't know the reason why level 1 is so scary normally for adventurers and the scariest time. If something hits you, and Core, what is your total HP right now?
12.
12, and that's your max. If a hit in one hit takes her below -12, it's an auto kill. So if he hypothetically does 24 more damage on this one hit, it's technically an auto kill on Cora.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, it's your choice if your character dies. I'm not killing your character off of just one nat 20 troll kit. If you like the lulls of that at the beginning of the campaign, cool. But that's a part of the danger of the troll. I'm not enforcing that rule. Does that make sense,
Right,
Lauren?
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So here comes 4d6 plus 4 damage. Odds are in your favor, but actually. 19. So you don't die, but you are knocked unconscious at 0 HP. And then the troll attacks you while you're down and coup de grace. I'm just kidding. He then turns with his last attack and goes after Durnan. And does a 22 towards Durnan. That should be a hit. Okay, it does 11 damage to Durnan. All right. That is the troll's turn.
11 damage to Durnan.
Zappa's up.
Okay, so I believe I have my crossbow out and readied.
You do
Looks like
have.
my
I did
last
add
thing.
your other stuff in there. Up to you if you wanted to use it. It should pop up in your actions now.
The spells.
Yeah, like the classic should be in your actions now if you wanted to use it. It might give you a little.
Yeah.
It might give you a little better damage at the moment. Maybe.
Yeah, might as well go for that. That last sturgeon, what's he doing right now?
He's looking like he's about to try and maybe go for the fresh blood that is coming from Cora's soon-to-be corpse.
All right, well I'm gonna blast him. I casted that blast.
Okay. So Eldritch Blast.
Click the damage.
There should be a plus something to hit first.
Okay. Well,
Did I say sturgeon? just
I said search.
just DM brain stuff though. Also, all right. 8 is a miss, unfortunately. So it's so small and moving so quickly. You just for the first time because I think Zaba has been using like a crossbow for ranged so far. Eldritch Blast comes out and just misses the Sturge. Do you want to tell us what your no pressure, but do you want to tell us what your Eldritch Blast look like? Is there like a color to it? Is it like a kinetic energy? Anything in your imagination jumping out?
Yeah, it's very like vibrant purple
Vibrant purple.
and
Mhm.
very spirally. It's like all spirals.
Love it. And unfortunately, just misses. I like that imagery a lot. All right. Anything else? You have movement?
Nope.
Excellent. All right. Udahara. So, just a quick question for the whole party. I don't remember in everyone's makeup. Did anybody pick up any healing? No, it's like not a huge deal if not, but I think it's also just for my curiosity and for the party as Cora is down. I'm curious what everyone's options on the table. Did anybody pick up any healing? I don't think so.
I can prepare good berry.
Oh my god.
So
where's your-
Berry.
also for Lauren's consideration there, what is happening? Okay, Udada, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to. I'm actually going to. I'm a sailor. I listen to orders. I'm not fighting that thing, and I'm supposed to take care of the Sturges. So I am, but I also don't want to be in range of that big troll, because he looks nasty. So I'm actually going to use a ranged attack. I'm going to throw a dagger at the Sturge.
Okay. It's up to you, but you could occupy core space and do normal melee attacks, but I'm also down for a dagger throw.
Wouldn't I still be in range for the troll?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, you made a very big point of not wanting
I was
to be in
trying
range of
to.
that. Yeah.
I don't want to be by
Smart.
the troll. Yeah,
Smart.
exactly.
Ooh, 9 unfortunately
So
is
that's gonna.
yeah.
I'm gonna throw another one with my offhand. I know I won't get the dex bonus to the damage, but
10-4.
I'm gonna try. I'll try it anyway. Ooh, that one looks like it'll hit. And then
19 is a hit.
assuming a
Yep.
19.
It has 2
subtract 3
health.
from this.
Yeah, so don't roll a 1.
Okay. So
Oh,
5.
subtract 3. Okay, yeah. Yep. Thing! First one
subtract
misses. Eldritch Blast goes past 1 dagger, and then finally the last dagger pins it out of the air.
Sweet. And then I would like to. Is there any large source of flames around, or just like a torch, a candle? Like what's?
Yeah, in a case like this, large source, I'm going to use the map, right? So this is a good, for example, the map. There's a big fire pretty far away, but if you look behind you, there is a lantern here. And
Is it an oil lantern?
It is, and there's also one underneath Cora's
Oh.
corpse. Sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I want to go over here, and I want to grab. I'm just gonna take 5, grab that thing,
Mhm.
and then I'm just gonna, check it out. Like it's got a good ample amount of oil in it
Heck yeah.
and such.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
I don't want to go back closer to the troll, so I will end my turn there.
Excellent. All right, Durnan's turn. Boom, boom, boom. He rolls an 11 total.
I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. I was like, oh, he rolled terrible last week on his one turn. Okay, he did.
Yeah.
He hits this time. Yeah. Okay, so. All right, that's his second attack. Third attack is a hit. Okay, much better. Oh, yeah. He's got 2 14 damages rolling out back to back there. And then his last
Nice.
attack is a miss. All right, 10 total. All right, Graf, you're up.
Well, alrighty. I see that I got a lantern right next to me. I think I'll make use of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm,
Yeah, you just, and it's a free action for you to just kind of rip it off. So this would be an example, like technically this would be a improvised weapon, but again, it doesn't come up too often, but I like to call it a narrative roll implementation. So you just take your, like, if you're throwing it, take your best ranged attack and use that for it. But we'll change the damage to fire, or if it's a melee, use your best melee attack and then we'll change it to fire.
So, like in this case, if I had my bow prepared, I would use
Yeah,
like,
just
what, dip an arrow in it, basically.
well,
as far
it's
as-
narrative. So mechanically, I don't want to penalize you for being creative. So you use your longbow stats, but we're reflavoring it of you taking the lantern and throwing and hitting the troll with it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Basically, as far as I need, I equip the bow, which in this case is grab the lantern,
Mm-hmm.
hop on the chair and then the table itself.
Yep.
And toss it onto the troll, which the short bow roll is a 19 to hit.
19 would hit. Yeah, so do your normal damage, and we're just going to change it to fire damage in this case.
Alright, 8 fire damage.
He did not like that. And you see his like eyes go kind of flashing red, and he looks right at you, Graf. Anything else?
I think it's time for me to get going. Going home.
Exit
as I spent,
stage
like,
left.
10 feet, I think, of movement, because I did go up and then right, deliberately, not doing a diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
Hop back down. 15, 20, 25, and I think that's my speed? No, I got 30 for some reason. Okay, well, all the way over here.
Well, I'm pretty sure they got rid of all those, like, you know, halflings having 25
Racial
feet and
schemes.
gnomes. I'm pretty sure like everyone gets 30, like just in 2024. That's how it was in a play test, at least. So I assumed they kind of rolled over.
I think that makes sense from a balance perspective.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
it was so annoying in 2014 when like someone was playing a small character and just missing something by 5 feet. It was like just kind of frustrating. All right, but Hillshire, you're up.
All right, how did he hit him with fire?
He
I know he had
grabbed
a lantern.
Yeah, he grabbed this lantern here. Yeah, the one that just got pinged. So he grabbed that and flung it at him, and we used his longbow stats to rectify the roll. Rectify, right word? If you, the troll is on fire, or it definitely has been lit on fire. The oil's on him. I don't see anything too immediate beyond, like, you can assume these candles kind of are lit on the table. I'm fine with that, but they're candles, so I don't know if that would be as impactful. There's a lantern out here if you want to get over the yawning portal's giant well of death.
Cora does have a lamp like on her.
Oh yeah, it's the Hillshire's on the
The
other
oil.
side.
There's,
but yeah, there's one there.
There's one over here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And how far can I throw? What is it? It would just be like an improvised weapon.
Well, so there's technically rules for improvised weapons. I don't like penalizing players for creativity with their environment. So if you're throwing it, you would take your best ranged attack, and we would reflavor whatever that attack is as you throwing the lantern within reason, right? If you're doing a longbow, you're not throwing it 120 feet across the world, right, to hit someone with a lantern. But if you just
Do you
want
mean I can't do that?
from where you are, this is easy peasy throwing at it, and you would just take your best a ranged attack roll for it.
Yeah, well, I'll watch him do what he did, and he'll stand there and just kind of doing the math, trying to figure it out. Yeah, check it out. 17.
17 hits. Yeah, so roll your damage for your short bow. We're just going to turn it to fire damage.
So that's 6 plus a sneak attack.
I'm sorry, that's not a sneak attack.
3 more.
I'm fucking with you. Excellent. So now, yeah, you guys are just throwing lantern. It's now just on fire. Love it. Anything else?
Oh, that'd be it.
All right. Cora, as you're on the ground after that blast, like blood across, like bleeding from your armor, the priest of Tempest, Yarwin, comes running down, and he holds a holy symbol, and I believe the
It burns
nickname.
me. No, I'm just kidding.
Or to be fair, you can tell me if something bad happened,
No.
but it's a symbol of Tempest. I don't know his exact iconographicness, but they call him the foe hammer. So I'm going to imagine like this miniaturized amulet that has like a big hammer engraved in it, and it begins glowing, and he does a cure wounds on you, which has been updated, which is a 2d8 now. 15 healing from him.
Whoa.
And
Max
it's
HP.
now your turn. You're prone on the ground, but
Shit. Okay.
he kind of like, Power of Tempest, get back out there.
Okay. All right. Well.
And he is also now brandishing like a little mace that he has. I say a little mace. He's brandishing a mace.
Okay. Well, I guess as a bonus action, I'm gonna put up Shield of Faith again. And oh man, so he's on fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the long sword on him again. I'm gonna use my Savage Attacker this time. So we'll get the better roll on that.
I think it's the first time it's come up because the Sturges. So the red dots, bloodied has become, it's something I already use. Like when something's below half HP, I'll usually tell people it's bloodied, and that's like an official term. But they've kind of, there's at least one thing where I know for players being bloodied with like a cleric ability, it mattered. It was like one of the cleric, it might be like the life cleric. I think they have ability of something along the lines of any of your allies that are bloodied or have the bloodied condition, you can heal. So I don't know if there's anything that will matter for you guys with the enemy. So I have started to put red dots on creatures that you're fighting that are bloodied. So the troll is officially bloodied.
Okay.
Ooh, a flaming sword for Tempest. 10-4. All right. Yep. Shield of Faith is up as your bonus action.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, let's do that. Okay. Yep, let's do longsword again. Okay, 18.
Oh, 18 hits. I'm sorry.
You're good. Okay, so Savage Attacker, once per turn I could use the better of the two rolls, so
Yeah.
it keeps it's rolling like the 1d10, so I'm just using the 1d8. Okay. Well, thank God I used that because I can.
Oh, yeah. I love how it gave you ones on both of those.
Yeah,
That's,
I know.
much
Okay,
better.
so, yeah.
And then it did a
Use
complete.
that.
Did it use the same die for both? It's so weird. Or same result.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
probably coincidence. Maximum damage of 11. Heck yeah.
And then, oh man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up, and I'm gonna take the opportunity and go back 15 feet.
Ooh, all right. He will take it. He'll take a shot on it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I rolled in just in case I got another nat 20. 16 to hit. So it hits your shield of faith, right? I like to imagine appears behind you, kind of taking the blunt with some radiant. Or do you want to tell us what that looks like? I say radiant, but doesn't necessarily mean that's what your paladin needs to have. All holy glory light. Could be
Yeah,
something
it's
different.
actually there's trying to think of it. Yeah, it's almost like a kind of like greenish yellow little shield that like pops up behind her. No, like sigils or symbols or anything. It's actually kind of plain.
Love it. Okay. Like a little sigil effect popping up, taking the blow.
Mhm.
All right. It is the troll's turn. He does not regenerate his HP because he has taken fire damage. Boom, 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 boom. And he did have a little bit of anger on Graf off of that first one, so I just want to kind of lean into that. So he's going to start lumbering that direction. 5, 10, 15, 20. As he goes by, though, he takes one attack at Durnan. He's just like blowing as he's kind of trying to push through them. He's doing his blows as he goes by. That might be a hit against Durnan. 17 does hit. Do 7 damage to Durnan. And then he'll take a shot at Hillshire with a claw. That'll be 24 to hit. Oh, no, you did Cora hit, right? You hit on your turn, right? Yeah, so Sap would have been disadvantaged
11.
against
Oh, yeah.
Durnan. So that would have missed it. So getting back, so Durnan didn't get hit, but Hillshire, that would have been a 24 to hit against you.
Yeah, that definitely.
Okay. This is his claw attack, which is a little bit more rough. 11 slashing damage.
Oof.
Still up?
That does take me down. Yeah.
Kind of a 2 now. Now just one big heavy clawed. I keep on thinking you're like, oh, I just remembered something, but I was like, oh, and you just Zaba as you're standing there, like Hillshire's like, oh, floom, as the claw, this heavy armed long claws just knock Hillshire to the ground, blood going across. Is Cosmic Bunker? I'm asking Justin and Riley, is that Jeff or JP? Do you guys remember?
That's
He's in.
That's JP.
That's JP's in Twitch chat. He just started laughing. You're JP is in our normal Monday group that the guys are in. All right, so he does that, and he goes up past you, Zaba. He's now going to take a swing, or it's going to take a swing at you. Natural 1 and misses. Durnan does get an attack of opportunity here, and that he'll take and does hit. Let me do some quick damage for Durnan. All right, 2d6. All right, okay. Troll's looking rough. So he takes a swing there at Zaba, and it ends its turn here between Zaba and Graf. Zaba, it's your turn.
All right. I pull out my katana.
Ooh, hold one moment for me.
Is that an action?
No. There's a lot that goes into what can you switch over and everything. Generally speaking, I'm pretty liberal about it. Just like if it's within reason, like heavy crossbows or shields are one exception. So as long as you don't have a shield in your hand, I'm very liberal about you just switching some weapons around. Yeah, so you pull out the katana.
And I'm gonna go for a big ol' slash to the troll.
No pressure. But what does your katana look like?
It's 2 colored. One is very dark steel at the top. And it's like a very light blue steel at the bottom half. It's definitely got like a blue tinge to it. Almost a glow. But it's got a diamond pattern of alternating like dark steel and light blue between them as it goes down the whole length of the blade.
Love it. Is there any sort of necrotic energy, like black energy, or like that purple energy you did with the Eldritch Blast? Anything like that emanating from the sword as you unsheath it?
There's like a bit of a purple glow in the there's a stone but unrecognizable in type on the end of the like handle. You know, kind of embedded in the bottom end. And if you really stare into the stone, you kind of see the spiraling purple.
So I'm about to hit you with have an idea. If you don't like where this goes, you just let me know. We don't have to do it this way. So you like unsheathe the sword, in my mind, I'm kind of imagining maybe that's been a while since you've had to use your weapon. Maybe you've been between adventures, work, so you haven't had to draw blood in a while. And it's as you pull it free, you hear a voice in your mind.
Use the gifts that have been granted you.
Up to you if that's the first time you've heard the voice in your head, or if this is something you've heard before and never paid too hard attention to. Do you like the idea of the patron potentially speaking into your mind mysteriously?
Oh yeah, I dig that.
Love
That's
it.
juicy.
That's juicy.
Continue.
And that this is the first. This was the first time that I was able to fully understand like the language, like basically what was
Ooh.
being said. I
Yeah,
kind of
like
heard,
that. Yeah.
you
like
know,
that.
grumbles and whatnot before. Not really sure what that's about.
I love that.
This is kind of a falling upwards thing from the. I raised the katana and the classic to do that classic slash, and
Ooh,
I
yeah.
slashed the troll.
Love it. Little two-handed stance. I hope you roll well enough to make this very satisfying.
Oh,
No, not one. You don't have your heroic
No.
inspiration, do you?
I do
Yeah, 'cause
not.
don't we get one at the start of every session?
Not at the start of every session, unfortunately. It
Oh.
really is going to be nat one. There's literally one of the feats, like the background feats, entertainer or whatever, will allow you to give heroic inspirations to your party. So I'm not going to be too liberal with it. So unfortunately, it doesn't line up with the little buildup we had there. But the nat one let me say this: no pressure on anybody, but it is officially you can give your heroic inspiration to another player. Does anybody who might have one still want to give it to Zaba? I don't know if anybody even has any still.
Mm,
Can
I
I
have
view
one.
it
I will.
unconscious on the ground?
Yeah, this is more of a player to player thing. Yeah, so if you would like to give it to Kevin for Zaba, you can.
Sure.
All right, let's see. So he gave you heroic inspiration, means you get to re-roll your katana and hope you hit this time.
All right,
Come on,
let's do it.
Oh, 9. Unfortunately, it just not wants to happen. Maybe you hearing the
Ah,
You
voice.
let me down.
Yeah.
Not good.
Zaba, like maybe hearing the voice clearly has actually put you off your game for a second, right? Like maybe that's what it is. Like this new unfolding just happening in your mind of whatever just happened made you
Yeah,
uncertain.
I'm not focused.
that would startle me.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Get out of my head.
All right, so that was your swing. You do technically have a bonus action and movement if you'd like to use them.
Well, let me see if I have any ability to heal anyone.
Generally, warlocks
Is-
don't, but
is-
there's like they used to have a celestial one.
Celestial has a
Yeah, so when you get a
some spells.
subclass, you could build a, but I don't think you have any. That's
Yeah, I don't.
that's based off of old knowledge though, and when I chose a couple for you, I chose things that kind of felt like more like you're in the action rather than like a support role. Do you see your stuff, by the way? I completely glossed over that. I picked those spells out for you if you want to take a look at them.
I see those.
Yeah. Armor Agathis is kind of cool as a bonus action spell to give yourself a little temp HP. And they also take damage if they hit you. So hypothetically, at the beginning of your
Bonus
turn, yeah, you could do that now if you wanted to stretch your legs a little bit.
Yeah, I hope you didn't give him that totally useless cantrip Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I'll cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay. So I believe you get 5 temp HP. Let's look it up again. Armor of Agathis. You gain 5 temp HP. If a creature hits you with a melee attack before the spell ends, the creature takes 5 cold damage. So Keep that for yourself. Remember, you have 5 temp HP on top of your normal HP. In the meantime, do you want to tell us what your armor looks like for the first time?
Uda?
Excuse me, I meant Zaba, because he just cast a spell, right?
Oh.
I'm seeing it letting people dig into their armor and magic descriptions if they want.
It's mostly black, like leathery, very leathery black, but layered
Ooh.
almost how the very light armor of a samurai would be. But it's not like straight samurai armor. It's very old and weathered looking, but extremely tough and well used.
I'm getting some like Kill Bill jumpsuit vibes in my mind now, like samurai
Love
sword and jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's quite tight fitting, but it has these like layers almost like an armadillo or a
Yeah.
pangolin shell.
Love it.
Yeah, like a pangolin.
Udada.
Uda Ada. Uda Ada is going to move 25 feet up here by Durnan, so he's within short range with this lantern that he's about to whoop at the troll.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you want me to use? I mean, all of my weapons, my ranged weapons, all have the exact same modifier, so it doesn't matter which one I use. I guess.
Yeah. So whatever's the easiest.
Okay.
It could be the dagger ones again, if that's
Yeah, I'll
easy.
dagger again. 16.
16. I know that. Did you? And you still picked the feat that allowed you to have proficiency with improvised weapons, right? You're still on that one.
I am not, unless actually, I think it's something that comes with martial arts now. Give me 1 second.
Guys, let me know, because with how as we're seeing how I kind of changed the rules of improvised. If you stick to that one, because I remember originally we were talking about it, you did say like, oh, I do like the other parts of it, but we can tweak that to do something else to give you like a bonus. Maybe it's a flat damage bonus to you using improvised weapons or something to give you a sense of
Right.
utility out of that. But yeah, just let me know if you ended up still sticking with it. All right, so
I don't remember what. Yeah, I don't remember that. So
yeah, no worries. We'll dig into it later. But 16 is a hit. I believe that just hits.
yeah, I don't see anything that says that I have it. So do I just roll my normal dagger damage, or and we'll
Yeah,
say it's
normal
fire
dagger
or
damage,
what are we
and
doing?
yeah, normal dagger damage, whatever your normal
good.
stats are. Yep.
I rolled a 1. Wonderful. I will throw another dagger just to help.
Okay, yeah, so lantern hits the back of the troll. Again, this thing is just covered in oily flames right now. And then you're going to try and swing around with another dagger. I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
You've killed it. So if you want,
okay,
you can
there we go.
add the other dagger into your narrative. But tell us how you kill it.
Sure. So everyone's like killing this thing, and I actually, as Uda runs over, he kind of looks at Durnan like, "Is it okay if I attack the troll? Like you told us to leave the troll, right?"
He just like
I'm assuming he gives like.
yeah, he's like turning the run, and he's kind of like a little bit out of breath, and he has taken a couple blows. He's like, "Do it."
And I'll get a nice little grin because I hate trolls, and just gonna throw it like baseball style, splash in the middle, and it just kind of spreads all over him and engulfs him and like blankets in with all of the other fire that's already going on, and you see the troll kind of start to shake as it has spasms, and the flames are in its face, and it can't even breathe anymore because the fire is burning the oxygen that now can't make it into his lungs. So he actually essentially suffocates to death and falls in a smoky, burning mess on the ground in front of all of my friends there.
Does he fall down into the endless pit, or does he just fall to the ground right there?
Well, in case he has shit on him, of course he falls.
As I was also testing what kind of player you were.
This is
For the cool
not my
narrative
first
description,
game.
or like, oh, there might be loot on that thing. Yeah. Excellent. I'm here for it. I also selfishly had a Denethor falling from on fire gif ready to go in case he fell. No,
Sweet.
he falls to the ground.
Sorry, I ruined it.
No, please no, I'm just kidding. I want you. I love everything. Excellent. And yeah, so as the flames go out and you hear it struggling with breath, eventually it stops moving. Maybe there's a couple extra stabs here and there from someone like Durnan or whoever. Make sure he finishes the job. And we are out of initiative.
Ooh-wee.
I do not like trolls.
Durnan goes over and, like, with his great sword, does cut off the head of the troll. Just to make sure. I don't like trolls either. Good work. He kind of says to all of you and kind of turns.
Am I still am I still dying on the ground?
Yeah, you're in Hillshire. Go to make some death savings. No, the priest, the
Still
priest
dying.
of Tempest does come over and also do a cure wounds on you. Thank you for reminding me that your character's dying. Man, that new buff to healing is nice.
It's like I thought he was just congratulating everybody, like,
Yeah.
forget about that guy.
Yeah, so, but yeah, as he's doing that, Yarwin does come over and
Dead
casts a
dude.
little bit of healing. Yarwin is like, "You're right, brother."
His eyes are just going to kind of flutter open. He's coming to, and he's just like, money.
No, there's no charges for my service, brother.
Uda would
Did you say, sorry,
Like-
real
like
quick, did you say
after-
more, Justin? Because I heard money and then I didn't hear anything. I just wanted to
No,
check.
he said money.
Okay, I was just making sure.
That's
Yeah,
all he said.
yeah. Go ahead, Uda.
Uda would go around and everyone who participated in the battle shake their hand, and that was an honorable fight. Good job. Like he would have in a gladiator arena or something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, before I forget, let me do a little bit of bookkeeping here. Experience.
Oh shoot, I forgot we're doing experience. I think I
Mhm.
need to change my character sheet because I think I put it as milestone.
You are able to. I think it doesn't reset anything if you switch between the two, unless you've
Okay,
already gotten like a level. But
This is the weird scenario, just for you guys aware how I do it, and it's kind of like officially how they do it. So Durnan helped, right? So it's going to be divided. The XP of the creatures are going to be divided with him included into that. So that's the whole like flip side of having somebody help you or whatnot.
Well, that
so-
sucks.
Durnan, get out of the way! Nah,
We
but
should have killed
Rob
Durnan,
and
guys.
I-
the troll alone was 1800 XP. So
Jesus.
Oh, nice.
yeah, so you all just got 325 XP.
All right, you guys are gonna have to help me because I have not played with XP
To be-
in probably
Yeah.
20 years.
so, real quick,
None of us have, just to be
in-
fair. So
once your character
Well, where
sheet
do I-
is moved over to XP,
Yeah.
where your character sheet has your character's
Oh.
name, click Manage,
Yeah.
and then in the right-hand side, it's got Manage Experience.
Yeah, so
And
that-
then
Man,
there is just under the Add and
Experience.
Remove XP thing.
nice.
Make
Level
sure it's set to
2.
Add XP, and you add that amount, and it'll say like Apply or Save or something. Yeah, Apply changes.
325 apply changes, and it made me level 2.
There we go.
Yay! So we need to level ourselves up real quick.
yeah, assume
Should be
what like we call
really
a
freaking easy.
it's a video game reference, but it's called a Skyrim level up because there's nothing crazy immediate danger. So go ahead and assume a long rest, assume your full health, full abilities, and go and do a quick level up.
Sweet, because I don't really have to do anything. So
Yeah, martial life.
Level. level 2 is pretty cool. I mean, it's just
I think level 3 is when it gets fun again because everyone now gets a subclass at level 3.
I do get unarmored movement, and I get my focus points. So I mean, I get stuff. It's just I
Oh,
don't
you
have
get
to make
your
decisions.
you get the quote unquote the new key stuff now. You get the focus points. So-
Yeah, they're called focus points. Yeah.
So we get to get your stunning strikes. Are now active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flurry of blows. No, it's flurry of blows, patient defense, and step of the wild. Or step
Ooh,
of the wind.
So not stunning strike yet. Okay.
Nope, that's later.
I'm actually.
Oh,
gonna
but you also
do
get a
that.
new one called Uncanny Metabolism. So
I
when
love that.
when you roll initiative, I can choose to regain all of my expended focus points back, and if I do choose to do that, I also roll my martial arts die, and I get hit points back. That's my level plus the number I rolled. But I can only do
Oh,
that
yeah.
once per long rest.
That's cool. Yeah, I know they definitely they
Yeah.
balance they nerfed balanced stunning strike because I think it's like now only like once a turn can you try and trigger it, but they did follow it up
But
with
they made so
all the
much
cool
else so
stuff.
much
Yeah,
better.
yeah, exactly. It's
Exactly.
one of my best examples of them looking really cool.
And one of the coolest things is that deflect projectiles is now deflect attacks. It's you can deflect melee
Ooh,
attacks.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
That's
super
awesome.
cool. Which is so like fitting, like martial artsy.
Yeah, so I'm on your sheet because I was curious to see everything. You did pick up Tavern Brawler, which was enhanced unarmed strike, damage rerolls. With unarmed strikes, you reroll the die if it's a 1, and it did give you the improvised weaponry, and also, oh man, it didn't come up, but
It did.
Well, I was thinking of the push thing. Like maybe you could have pushed the troll
Oh,
in
yeah,
off
yeah.
of just a normal hit down into the pit. Yeah, so the improvised
That-
weaponry, I want to think of something if you want to keep that. Since I'm so generous with improvised narratively, I want to maybe
Mhm.
tweak that so it's another benefit of some sort. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If you have any ideas, let me know. Outside of like a flat damage bonus, but then it's very flat damage would probably be too generous. I don't know. I want to think of something fun there.
Okay.
We'll think of
Let me
something.
work on that too.
Yeah.
We'll think of something together.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up Spare the Dying.
Oh yeah, you're technically
Just
kind of the
please.
healer.
Yeah, I'm
Or the
trying to
closest
go like a
thing.
little bit more healing. Yeah, I do have Cure Wounds and then my Lay on Hands. Now Spare the Dying. Show.
Sweet.
Love it.
I
Purified
picked up Guidance,
poison.
too.
You also have. Wait, no. That's something different. Okay. And have you? Because you've never played a paladin before, right?
I did like for a couple sessions, but it was a long time ago. Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't been a Schmiter yet.
Yeah. So the smite did get reworked now, so you'll probably see it when you're leveling up and such. But they pretty much they took divine smite and they made it an actual spell. It essentially works the same way, but instead of later on being able to smite on every hit with extra attack, I'm hasted, you can't smite on every one because all smites are now bonus actions. But
Okay.
they did add some really cool variants to smite that are easier to execute than it was in the past. So you'll have your normal traditional divine smite, but then you'll have like what were some of the other ones? Like there's like a flaming divine smite where you do fire damage and then knock them or catch them on fire. So keep an eye open
Yeah,
for that because
Thunder
they
Smite or
pretty much
something like that.
Immolating
Yeah.
Smite is the
Yeah.
fire one, I believe.
right. So
Yeah.
they've pretty much
Different
made
types
those
of smites.
better. Yeah,
Okay.
as a compensation for it.
Oh my god, my HP's 20 now.
Oh, did you do? Is anybody rolling for their HP, or did everyone just take average?
I'm scared.
I'm doing
I don't want to do
average.
it this early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
I
averages.
don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's fair.
I get like a 1.
I that's no criticism. As a player, very rarely. I'm not like I allow rerolls on ones, but still getting below your average doesn't feel good.
yeah.
And it's so much
Thanks.
easier to do that with HP.
So we set level
Um,
2 and 0 XP.
It should be level 2, and then it should like I'm looking at
Think-
graph for example, it's 325 out of
Or
900
180.
now. What'd you say, Justin?
It because level 1 to level 2 is 300. It was 320, so
325.
we're 20 experience into level 2.
Yeah, so Kevin, if you look at your sheet where your name is at the top, Zaba Blackbrook, there's a manage button next to that. If you click that, on the right, you'll see manage experience.
Okay, and then I just add 320. Where did you post the XP?
I don't think I've actually posted it, but I just said it out loud. But it's 325 officially.
325.
3S5. 325. Type
Oh,
part.
hey. I have Cure Wounds?
I say Ranger could
It
get
wasn't
it,
there a
yeah.
minute ago. Yeah, let me take a look at the character builder, because I could have sworn I didn't...
Oh, it just auto gave it to you?
Well, it didn't automatically give it to me, but I could have sworn I checked my spell list and it wasn't there before. But... Maybe,
Oh, it's funny. Like,
then
I'm looking
maybe
at
I
your
was
spell
just
sheet. And I
blind.
don't even see it. I don't see Cure Wounds. Oh, as an option to add? Is that what you're saying?
It's one of the ranger spells, apparently, I guess.
Yeah, it
I'm
was in
not a-
2014 because yeah, some rangers would dip in as like the alt healer for parties.
Yeah. So I'll pick up Cure Wounds, because it's pretty good. 2d8
Yeah.
plus spellcasting ability mod. So for me, that's 2d8 plus like 1 or 2. Yeah, plus 2. So guaranteed minimum of 4. Yeah. All the way up to 18.
I got cunning action, so I now have the option to be a coward if I want to be.
I'm excited to see you explore your character. I like all your little instincts so far.
That's always a good option, to be a coward.
All right.
Bread and butter for a rogue, eh?
Uda Ada, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Ooh,
Because
that's
you-
something I'm just wonderful at.
You made a point on hoping there's something on the troll. Okay.
It's a dirty one. It's not natural, but it's a dirty one.
Unfortunately, you don't really find anything of value. It doesn't have a lot of pockets or anything like that, but you're looking for anything it might have, and
The
fortunately,
Piece
nothing.
of garlic toast crust underneath this table. Mm.
Durnan looks at all of you. Any of you want to harvest the troll, or can I just kick it down into it? I'll give you one call for it.
Real quick, can I roll something to know if there is a valuable troll part that might be worth collecting before I
Yep.
call up and say
Survival,
yay?
nature, or history check.
I'm gonna go with nature, because that's the best of all of them for me. 19.
19. The troll flesh, its regenerative of properties in it, and slash its blood could be used to do a healing potion
Ooh.
as ingredients
So
for
if
that.
I can drain its blood real quick, then I could probably sell it to an alchemist or something.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any tool proficiencies? That I obviously I was baiting for anybody to be like, "Ooh, is my character a monster hunter?" You know, kind of vibe to them if they wanted to explore that. Do you have any tool proficiencies that might apply to this?
Thieves' tools, so
Thieves'
probably
tools, yeah.
not.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm good with a dagger. Hey Durnan, if you got an empty bottle, I'll buy it off you so I can harvest so I can get that blood out of there.
For just having blood, I'll give you a bottle for free. It's just a copper. It's the least I can do. He does leave. He's like, he just call out, and everyone in the rest was just kind of like, there was silence and screams and yells. There's a general bit of discussion in the background now. People are like, "I saw 2 different kind of fights tonight. Oh, that was amazing." And so there's the activity in the yawning portal's picking up, and he calls out Bonnie as she's now sending out drinks again. People were afraid, but then also, another monster fight in the yawning portal, because sometimes things crawl out, and so people are going back to normalcy. But he calls out to Bonnie, the bartender, and she does end up, when she gets a moment, comes over to you, Graf, and hands you a bottle.
Hey, thanks for the bottle.
No problem,
So what
love.
would you like me to roll? for
So,
this?
survival, nature.
Nature? Okay. That is a 14.
14. You now have troll's blood in your. You can put that in your inventory.
Add custom item, bottle of troll blood.
Mm-hmm. The 2024 Player's Handbook does have rules for brewing your own potions. So I don't know them off the top of my head, but with the nature of this campaign, right, there should be a lot of opportunity for downtime and for you all to kind of do things like that if that's what interests you. So I would keep an ear open for opportunities to take advantage of that, brew potions, but they actually have actual rules now. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick to link it for anybody. To do play the game, spells, multiverse, equipment, origin, component, crafting equipment. I think this is it. Yeah, it's specifically potions of healing, so that was actually appropriate that it was a troll right off the rip. But here's some of the crafting rules, and the Dungeon Master's Guide now has rules for crafting magic items in it. That just we have early access in this campaign since yesterday. So if anybody wants to explore that as it comes up, please just holler and we'll learn the rules together.
Yeah.
Good. Alrighty, I've got me bottle of blood.
As you say that, Durden
I think-
immediately kicks the troll, like shoves it, and slides over.
Alrighty then. Well, that saves me the trouble of asking for help.
And he kind of points at every single one. He's like, you, and he's like, you, meet me at the bar when you get a moment.
Durnan says this?
Yep.
Morse code.
Alrighty.
Thank goodness he's buying us a drink. My next move on the troll was gonna be setting his rug on fire.
As you do like walk up to the counter, assuming you're linking up over there, he does point at you and he's like, because of your help, I'm going to ignore the fact that you shot my chandelier off of the ceiling. It was a good shot, though. All right. Thank you very much for your assistance. Anybody want a drink on the house?
Well, that's an offer I can't say no to.
And, yes. Anyone else?
Yes, please.
Of course.
The Shadow Dark Ale is the...
Mead, if you have some. Oh, dark ale. Okay.
But we do have mead if that is of your preference. Man, he just starts like pulling
like
drinks, grabbing.
good content.
Yeah, let's get an idea of like it's not important. Like, just what is your style of character? Like, so we got mead for Uda Ada. What is everyone else grabbing, if anything?
I'll have mead.
Mead.
Being able to say that I got a free drink from Durnan's a fucking hoot on its own. I'll trust your judgment, Durnan.
All right, cheap stuff it is. And he goes and grabs like a bottom shelf liqueur, whiskey, and kind of comes over and pours it for you.
Graf does
Cor,
not know
before-
the good stuff from the bad stuff, so he is just absolutely happy that
Yeah.
this is something that he's gonna be able to say to a bunch of other people. Is like, yeah, I went to helped Durnan in a fight and got a free drink for it. Yeah, I'm hot shit. What you think?
Hillshire.
Yeah, Uda's like pretty starstruck here because whenever he got to, on the ship and first came to Waterdeep, people talked about Durnan. And if you go to the portal, don't screw around. Durnan will whoop your ass. And he heard the stories of, Durnan's adventuring days and stuff. So he's like a celebrity.
Mm-hmm. Hillshire Core, do you guys get any certain drinks?
I know Cora, she would go up to Yarwin before she goes up to the bar and
Got
just
it.
thank her for her healing.
I'm a he, but it's my pleasure. You are very brave running up against that troll like that. Is everything feeling okay?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
When
Thank you for helping me earlier.
I couldn't help but notice that you used some magic. There seemed to be a divine essence around it, or am I mistaken? And if I'm prying, please tell me to mind my own business.
She kind of like almost like itches underneath her mask. I suppose it's divine. I don't know much about it.
You don't know the origins of your own magic. Curious.
She like shuffles awkwardly.
If you would like, I've extended an offer to that gentleman over there, the fighter, Ada. If you'd ever like to contact me at the House of Heroes, the Temple of Tempest, if you would like to explore your abilities and try to understand them better, we'd always be happy to discuss that with you. You're very brave, and you seem to have backed up Durnan with a lot of honor. You have my respect. He gives you like a little polite little bow.
Thank you.
I
She
don't.
look kind of like slide away.
Yeah, he's like,
awkwardly.
I have a tract for you if you would like to take to get it out.
Yeah.
He's very respectful about it. He's not yet. So he just kind of like then backs away. And, yeah, so then Cora, you come up.
She doesn't order anything. It's like a water.
Water.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Hillshire.
I was kind of hoping to get paid for that. I mean, that troll hit me kind of hard, and my neck's just
He
killing me right now.
And as you say that, he actually like immediately goes ducks behind the counter, and you hear like he's like picking a lock. He's like unlocking something, and he opens up a cabinet, and he like drags something out, and he lifts up this big crate that's like open on the top, and all these different objects are sticking out of it, and he just slams it on the counter. Be quick about it. I would like everyone to roll a D100 for me.
Oh.
Sexy.
All right.
I rolled a German no.
9.
9.
I'm not gonna brag, but I've got tickets to go see the Critical Role Mighty 9 one shot for next year. I'm very excited.
Wow.
Very excited.
How dare you brag?
All right, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls, and then yep. All right. So you're rolling on a random magic item table, just to get a little bit of randomness out there. They're nothing special. These are from the new Dungeon Master's Guide. These are some common items, but they're kind of fun. Some of the stuff has practical uses. So let's see what we got here. And those who've been with me as I've been transitioning through the 2024, there was some weirdness with magic items. Everything seems to be working correctly, and we'll go into what that means more. Like, you should be able to access these items through your character sheet and add them very easily. The one thing that's still a weird exception to the rule is like +1 weapons. I can't figure out how to find those through the manage inventory, but we'll get into it here in a moment. All right, so starting with Riley, coming in with a number 9, a classic but a fun, if you like to be a little bit more flair, a Cloak of Billowing. Yep.
One
So
of my
mine.
favorites.
you pull that out. So you have a Cloak of Billowing. And then next up, we got Lauren at 59. Please be Mariner's Armor or whatever it was that you've been getting.
No, the Cloak of the Manta Ray.
The Cloak of the Manta Ray. She
Awesome.
famously
I
was
would-
playing 2 characters in one campaign at the same time, and they all rolled randomly, and both her characters got the same
This
object, like off a D100. Yeah.
100.
If anything, it was more than 100, right? Because I think that was one of those tables that had like over like
Oh.
every item I could find on it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is you got a prosthetic limb.
Hey.
Throw all the punches on the fire. You can death retouch to magic action.
She just
you-
kind of like.
If you want to get creative with
Pulled
that,
out.
you know that these items also we can tweak them, make them something different or something like that. But yeah, yeah.
She like
someone
holds it in both her hands and like looks down at it, and then looks back up at Durnan, and then back down at it. Thank you.
These are just things
did
that people.
someone just leave that here, Durnan?
These are all for people whose times they couldn't pay. And so, adventurers, they give me what they can find.
She sets it down on the
You-
counter.
You took some guy's arm because he didn't pay his tab.
Damn right I did.
Durnan charges an arm and a leg.
You don't pay, I'm gonna find my payment. All right, so this is for Hillshire.
Earth's eye.
Ursat's eye. This magical art places a real one. All right.
So
Oh, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
if we keep digging through this box, we could build a person.
Person with it. All right, 61 for Uda Ada. Oh, what is this? This
And
is
this is-
interesting.
this is the story of Waterdeep's first Warforged.
Plot twist, it all came from the same guy.
Dang. Uda Ada, you got a rival coin. This one is a long description.
All right.
Dragon gains expanded James on the game. Tossing shine strong rather than where they kind of hit tails. Target you can see within 20 feet. Hey, it actually does damage and stuff. That's a fun little object. That's
Got a
kind of quirky.
cool one.
Yeah. All right, and then
Damage on tails.
Zaba coming in with 4 on the roll.
Ah. What happened? I was in the middle of adding it, and all of a sudden it disappeared. Where'd it go?
A bead of refreshment. That might be the more unexciting one, and I'm sorry, but so you have a little bead that can turn into water one time.
Hey, we could end up. in
Wait,
the
one
desert.
time? Oh my.
Or I say, what? Let me actually know this dissolves in liquid.
Yes, it dissolves.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the one time you use little bead that turn, it's good
But
for.
it can turn.
It's a
any
purifier.
liquid.
Yeah, it's a purifier. Yeah.
It can turn up to a pint of any liquid into fresh, cold drinking water. If you decide, man, I need a
You-
drink right now, and we're in a
you pee.
volcano, just get a pint of lava and throw that in.
Yeah, or if we're in the desert, you can pee in a cup, or
So, for those who've been playing in my campaigns, know that I'm very generous when it comes to magic items. Like, occasionally I'll have you guys roll for just random stuff, but just know there will be a time, for instance, in a city like Waterdeep, as you start making gold, I do have, I'm gonna have to update it with all the new stuff, and I'm probably gonna do my own custom one after all these years. But I have a list of things like every magic item that was in 2014 listed for a certain price, and you can buy those things, or we'll hit a certain moment and like, oh, you guys are looting the dragon's treasures, the end of the big story and the big adventure. I'll tell you, you go choose a rare item and tell me what it is, right? Instead of me having to guess what you want and whatnot, I'll do random stuff for funsies. But just know eventually you'll start getting opportunities. Like next up will most likely be pick out an uncommon item as your reward, and you guys find it and you choose it, right? And if it's an official item, almost 90% of the time you're going to be able to choose it. So just for a heads up going down the road. So dream about magic items and what you would want down the road. That's when it's just a fun little entry thing. I love the idea of Durnan just having this pile of crap of adventures behind there that, as Hillshire says, payment, he pulls it out. All right, we're squares. And Durnan just kind of immediately just kind of drags the items out of y'all. Like, he doesn't give you a chance to like peruse it. You just like pick up an item. So maybe Zaba, you're like the last one. You pick up that little bead and you're like, what is, this is kind of point. And he just drags it away and puts the stuff back out. And he just looks at you. Well, now even. Don't ask me for anything ever again.
Okay.
Now, does anybody want a drink and paying for it anymore?
Can you get me a truckload of those beads?
No, I can't. I don't
What's
know.
a truck?
You never seen a truck before? It's one of those big wagons.
An industrial cart.
But no, I don't even know what that does.
Like a mine cart.
So this guy comes back
Yeah.
and he pays his tab and he wants his eye back. What do you do?
To be fair, if he actually brought me gold and coin to pay for his tab, I'd give him his eye back if I can find it. But if he comes back and asks for it, I'll say no. It was mine. I sold it. It's not his eye anymore. It's my eye, and now it's your eye.
Fair enough.
I just love now the idea that if we ever want a common magic item, we just come over here and buy it from Durnan as a way for him to make money off of the unpaid tabs.
100%. Yeah. If you, and in the future, if you want to look at the again the new DMG, I've been like, part of it too is to kind of explore the new toys. There should be a link to. I just rolled off of the Arcana common items, and so dreams of magic items, and officially all potions are now bonus actions. Those who've been in my campaigns know I've come back and forth. So all potions are bonus actions. In the past, I was very generous with finding potions and pricing, but with them being bonus actions now, because I did look like the potion of speed, for those who know what that is, a very powerful potion. I was pretty generous about it. Using an action to get that, it's a pretty fair trade-off. Stuff is probably gonna be a little bit harder to find and a little bit more pricier at the very least. Some of the more powerful potions. So there will be a little bit of a balance adjustment on my end for that. But yep, all potions are now bonus actions. Common house rule, but official now in my campaigns because I didn't do it that way. All right, Durnan's just like, all right, this conversation's over. Thank you. And he just kind of like shoves past you guys. Like he squares these, and now he's gonna go take care of the chandelier. Before you can, you're like, maybe you're looking at your bead, you're looking at the eye. Cora, what was your have you decided on what it is you have? Is it a hand, a leg, an arm?
Honestly, I was just in my head. It was just like somebody's leg, like prosthetic leg. And she just, she was like holding it and then just set it down on the bar top. Like she really doesn't know what to do with it.
And so as you're like kind of examining it, just kind of like, what is this? A gentleman some of us might know by reputation comes sliding up next to you. He has a flamboyant hat, a beautiful mustache, and a beard. He leans in, and the token here, Volo, leans into all of you, and he sees the leg like, oh my, is that a leg? Fine craftsmanship. Hello, I'm Volotham, get on at your service. And he kind of bows to you, takes his hat off. May I buy you all a drink? Or no, excuse me. Would you all like to share a drink, perhaps? You've caught my attention. I would like to talk to you all. That was fantastic work. Volotham, you might have heard of me. Entertainer, writer, celebrity, wizard on some occasions. How do you do?
Could
What is
Cora
your
roll
name?
to see if she knows who he is? I assume Volo's like a pretty prominent figure.
Yeah. Above table, for those who don't know, there's literally a book that they published for 2014 called Volo's Guide to Monsters, an official book for monster stats. So he is a figure in the lore of the Forgotten Realms. He's featured famously in the more recent video game, Baldur's Gate 3. So he's a famous NPC in that way. So it's up to you. If he does have a reputation, so it's up to you if you want to roll a history check for your character to know. Corey, you definitely know who Volo is. With a nat 20, even though with a -1 there, you also would know that he recently has been on tour for Volo's Guide to Monsters, and you maybe you've seen it, whether or not you cared about it, right? But you would have crossed paths with it at some point.
Yep. So he's like a renowned what was the word, like herald, I guess.
Storyteller, bard, entertainer,
Yep.
all of these things.
He brings attention. Yeah. So Cora, her like face drains of color, and she gets that thing where like hands start sweating a little bit.
I'm gonna roll an
And,
insight
her
check for
body-
Volo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I see you've heard of me. Would you like an
Heard
autograph?
of you. No.
Yes.
I'm fine.
And your name, my lady?
She seems like she's really trying to force this out. Cora. My name is Cora.
He gives you another sincere bow with his hat again. He's like, it's a pleasure, Cora. And the rest of you, do you all have names? He's kind of looking down the bar at the rest of you.
You can call me Zaba.
Zaba.
I'll take that drink now.
I didn't need to correct myself. I had share a drink. perhaps we could speak business before any money exchanges hands. But I can be very generous in my own ways. But
Did he say buy a drink?
he did
or
at
share a
first,
drink?
and then he was like, "Excuse me, share a drink or two around the table."
Cora would kind of perk up. You did offer to buy a drink.
I did.
To remind you.
You certainly
look
have
glaring
of
at him.
your sharp ears and sharp eyes. Unfortunately, my friends, I'm too much of in dire need. I can pay in other ways if you would like to hear what I have to say, and then maybe perhaps you could think about whether or not I should buy you a drink.
Well, the best business is often discussed over a drink, and as the client, it is proper that you be the one to offer it.
Okay, go ahead and roll. A lot of people have spoke up. Someone can roll a persuasion or intimidation at advantage because of a help action. If someone wants to claim it, just shout it out.
Yeah, I want to roll intimidation.
Mm-hmm. Go to advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our two charisma characters are Zaba and Cora, but obviously anyone could be calling the rolls and stuff, but appropriate. Obviously, it's a good roll, yeah, but roll one more time because you have advantage on it.
Okay.
Hit that net 20.
19. Yeah, you're right. Business calls for me to be a proper host, and I am anything but not proper. I am proper, excuse me. Bonnie, yes, Volo. A round of your drinks. A round of the cheap stuff coming up. One moment. She means her finest liqueur for everyone here at the table. Bonnie, could you have it sent it over to... yes?
She mentioned the cheap drinks.
No, I think you misheard her. That was obviously... I'm doing my best here. I've watched you all drink. Are you sure you don't like to at least bear witness to what I have to say before you bend me over a barrel?
Yeah, Cora's not. She's not trying to be like mean in any way. She's
Yeah, just mad, yeah.
She's a very much like attention detail oriented person. Like, know that she said this, you said that. Just as clarification.
Well,
A free drink's a free drink.
That's my kind of person. And what? Ooh, that's a fine cloak there. Ooh, he actually does come over. He's just like, ooh, cloak of billowing, if I'm not mistaken. This is. Oh, do a pose for me, my good sir. What is your name?
Hi, Graf at your service. As he
Graf.
stands on the stool.
Yes. Give me your most heroic pose.
Yeah, right now he is basically in the, Durnan having given him a magic item and a free drink has made his day, so he is very much willing to oblige. Because it's basically,
Oof.
he feels heroic at this
Oh,
time.
yes. Graf, Slayer of Trolls. Sorry, my brain is like, you shot an arrow, right? Because you're kind of a ranger at one point. It's like, Slayer of Trolls by heroic arrow. Graf,
I
the
rolled with a
fearless.
short bow, but it was throwing the
Well, I was
lance.
thinking maybe last combat you might have shot a bow, like at a sturge or something like that. I'm not sure.
I threw a dagger that missed and
Oh, is that
flapped
what it was?
against
Okay,
the
yeah.
wall.
So he's just like, Graf the heroic. You've cut quite a figure on that or that cloak. Everyone, Graf the hero. A round of applause for our heroes. Applause, damn you! You cowards. Everyone's kind of Norm's like, you all realize what you did, right? The yawning portal, the tavern of adventurers across the plains. And look how cowardly they all were. Well, the rest of you all ran up and took care of business.
Hey, we earned a free drink and a magic item from Durnan.
Yes.
Oh,
And an opportunity to become better.
Yes, opportunity. He kind of points at you. Yes, I would like to speak to you about opportunity. And like Bonnie has now put down cheap whiskey shots in front of all of you. I know not that's what y'all want, but that's what Vola had said, and that's what she's done. She's like, 5 copper, Volo. Put it on my tab. You better believe we have put it on your tab. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Come, friends, over here. Maybe will you join me at this table for opportunity? Huh? He's just kind of giving you like a pose. Do you join Volo Godarm for a talk?
Graph down his
who
shot
does
before
Volo
heading
Have
over.
to say?
What'd you say, Zappa?
Thank you for the drink. I'll hear what you have to say.
I'm
Might even
a
wanna
good
have a
lady.
chat.
That blade and stud armor. Spicy. Does everyone join? Anybody want to make any comments towards them?
Yes. As we're walking there, I'll say, you are building up a tab. I hope you have some body parts in case you cannot pay.
Body parts indeed. Perhaps we can give him a good eye. Recently came into acquisition of an eye from a friend of mine. That's a. Not everyone always plays video games. There's a very good
PG-3.
Volo Baldur's Gate eye incident. Come, sit. Join me. Yes. Oh. Again, you all have my due respect. You did put on a good fight. Two of you were taken down in single blows by that troll. But appearance is going to be deceiving. You stuck it out. Casting flames upon it with your lanterns. Oh, it was amazing. Amazing. Perhaps I'll do a write-up for it and put it into the Waterdeep Gazette. How would you like that?
Maybe keep the name out of it.
Oh. Ooh, keep your name. Or is it your adventuring group name, or is it your name, Heroic Graph? Oh.
The adventuring group's name. Keep my name out your mouth.
Graph goes over and slaps Volo.
Hey, I think it'd work a little bit better if there were a bit of mystery of who it was.
Ooh.
After all, who wants to go and see all of these wonderful fights if they know they can just read about it later and know who all the details?
He starts slow clapping and nodding and smirking at you all. I admire your marketing ploy here. You're leaning into the mystery adventuring group. So if I write this report, should I just write adventuring group of no name, mysterious strangers, or woman in a half mask? What does she hide behind it? Scars, tattoos.
She's like shaking her head, doing the no.
Oh.
What's that? The Jonah Hill meme where he's like,
I don't think I know that one.
oh,
A half-orc woman, ensheathed in darkness and purple and the energy of eldritch horror. I say eldritch horror, I'm just leaning into the facade here. And a fearless wrestler, warrior, martial arts prowess, bringing mysterious kung fu. I don't know what these things are called. The group.
My
of
name
mystery.
is Tayaguuda Adax Tax Tamaman Tunuu. Please make sure that you spell it right.
Oh yes. Oh, does that stand for something mysterious? Is that a cover name for your more mundane name, perhaps, like Gregory?
No, not Gregory.
Oh. Mystery. And he kind of smiles. Absolutely. Here, I've got some paper and a quill here, and he does have like a pack. You do see there is a lot of paper and like ink. He does do a lot of writing, and so he kind of pulls it out like, "Yeah, write your name on that, my good sir. And if you all would like to write what you would like to be called, adventurer formerly known as Graph, you just put on that, and I'll write up a little a little expose on the adventurers of mystery who saved the Yawning Portal and earned the respect of Dernan. But I get beyond myself. That is not what I wanted to talk to you about. Though you're all very, very interesting. Our friend here, not Gregory, mentioned opportunity. I am in need of some help, and I was wondering if I could speak to you all as a group of adventurers that you seem to be, and see if you could assist me in something very important to me. He like slide the paper back over, he kind of looks down, and he's like, Tayaguuda Dax, or Uda Ada. Okay, Uda Ada, yes.
Udara.
May I spill you my tragic tale and see if you could help me and assist?
You can spin whatever tale.
I'm a very good
But
tale spinner, but
you
please
should
no.
probably use smaller words.
Small words. Unlike your name. Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
I can speak my tongue very well. It is this tongue cannot speak well.
Fair enough. And what language what language is that? It does bring a slight remembrance.
He looks down at his skin, and then you kind of see like a sad look come over his face, and he says, "I am Goliath, half giant. I speak giant."
Goliath! Oh my lord. Lord and ladies, I apologize, my good sir. You you can tell he's
Probably could not tell because I am so small.
no, just your beard and your hair mask some of the more telling properties. You know, I actually. Where are you from?
North, in the foothills of the mountains.
Sorry, I'm actually. Oh man, I don't. I dang it. I usually have all my maps loaded up and stuff, but I just realized I didn't have my Sword Coast map. I have like my Waterdeep maps. Because we could like pick a spot for you real quick. But above table, I'm pretty sure Goliath was introduced as a concept or mechanics in Volo's guide. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was like the first time it became a playable race. So Volo does like.
Well, I mean, we can go back to Dark Sun, half giant.
Well, I'm talking about for 5e. Like more recently, it was
Yeah,
introduced in that. So like narratively wise, like Volo, we'd be like, I actually have spent a lot of time with Goliaths. Perhaps I know your people. And he's like, Dunga ala Imare. And he kind of like gives you a very like this, not like a Balaki norm like he's been doing. It's like this fist motion that he does. And it's like, may the strength of the mountains be with you. But it's like, very, for him, it's very stumbly and not great pronunciation.
He speaks back in, Uda will speak back in giant, and he'll say, I no longer have any people.
Oh. It sounds like you share a tragic story, perhaps more tragic than mine. He's like, switch back to common.
And real quick, if he is fluent in giant, I can tell him, he would know what my name means.
Uh-huh. And what does it mean?
So Tayagux means man.
Mm-hmm.
Tayagudax means small man. Tayaguuda Adax means small little man.
Did you
Uda Ada, they put their adjectives in the middle, so
Mm-hmm. Did you I can't remember. Goliaths, was that your name's chosen for you, or is that something you chose for yourself?
That name was chosen by my parents.
Ah. Seems like your friend
I
here.
was very
perhaps-
small, even from birth.
Are you speaking in common or giant? Just for everyone else's consideration here.
Oh, I would have switched back because I
And-
wouldn't want to leave everybody out. So.
Okay. Yes, you switch back into common. Like, say what you said again. I apologize.
He just said he was very small from birth, so they named me that because I was very small.
He kind of gives you a knowing look of kind of like, I bet that gave you problems. And he's like, I'm sorry, my good friend, if you have lost your people. My tragedy is not such a scare, but it is tragic in the same sense that I have lost a friend. I'm in need of some adventurers, somebody with the know-how to help find a dear friend of mine. Let me grab my notes real quick before I butcher anything. My dear friend Floon Blagmar has gone missing. Last I saw him was just a few days ago, we were having drinks at a a tavern in the Dark Wards. The Skewered Dragon. If anybody would like to do the Dark Wards is a little bit more. It's more of the dangerous neighborhood, a little bit more of the rough and tumble, darker neighborhood. So if anybody would like to roll history checks to see if they might know the name of this tavern in that ward, the Dark Ward, they could. Or if you have history there or live there,
Considering, I was just going to say, every time that I come to port, I go to the Dock Ward. So I have a really crappy history, but I'll roll it.
there you go.
I would like to roll as well.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that. Do we have any intelligence in the party? Question mark.
We're all dummies.
Well, I can't wait for the knowledge-based test that's going to come down later.
Kind of sounds
Oh,
mean
yeah.
if you put it like that.
Well, it's like three of us have negative ones.
Ironically, though, I say ironically, but somebody's going to say something.
I was just gonna say, I find it hilarious that intelligence was one of the stats that I deliberately, like, the only reason I put a 10 in charisma instead of intelligence was just like, he's gotta have at least some understanding of the history of the city he's in. And also, I didn't want to put my +1 into something that's for me. So,
Hillshire, are you from the Dark? I can't remember. I think you are from the Dock Ward, right? Technically, not to get into your details. Is that? Or no, we didn't put you in the Dock Ward, right?
No, it was
somewhere else. Yeah. I was going to say, for those who like backstories, right? Like a sliding DC, right? So like, don't feel bad if you don't have a good history check. If something makes sense, maybe the DC is lower for those who live in the Dock Ward or have their backstories kind of tied in there and spend time there a lot. Like for instance, Udada's being a sailor. Yeah, you would definitely have interacted a lot there. Or someone who might be from that area with the rough and tumble lifestyle. But most of you all rolled really well. So unfortunately, Hillshire, not enough. But Graf, Cora, Uda-Ada, the Pebble is always going to throw me off a little bit. But Uda-Ada, you would have heard of the Skewered Dragon. Funny enough, it has a reputation, but being a more definitely one of the rougher taverns in the Dock Ward. You know, people might have gotten shanked there a couple on occasion. You know, blood is being drawn. It's not unusual. And a little bit more, what's the right word I'm looking for here? Selective and exclusive is not the right word, but you know, you might want to know someone if you're going to be at this tavern is the vibe. So that's why I'm like, I feel like your characters would be known by reputation. Maybe you've been there. I'll kind of let that decide for you, but it is a bit rough and tumble. Rumors of ties to people in places, but maybe nothing concrete. And so it's up to you if you think you've known someone there, have been inside the establishment, but you would definitely know it by reputation.
What was it called again? I'm sorry.
The Skewered Dragon. I'm putting it.
I don't want to be that guy, but I assume this is going to pay something.
Yes.
Non-organic.
Yes. No limbs or eyes or ears or noses from me, my good sir. Though if you would like my mustache, perhaps we can negotiate. Isn't it glorious? And he gives it a little twirl. No, I apologize for being a little bit more tight with my gold, but he kind of leans in. I don't want to get a reputation in such a place for having too much to shine. But he does kind of like pull out a little coin purse, and he does like flash it open. You do see gold in it. There would be payment, of course. 10 gold up front to each of you individually, and then perhaps 10 times that amount in the future, if a job is well done.
What pocket did he pull the coin purse out of?
It would be, I like to imagine he has a satchel with everything in it. So, and he's pretty experienced adventurer. So I like to imagine actually he reaches into his shirt, like imagining there's like a little bit of an opening at the like chest area. He like reaches in and like pulls out a little coin purse and like shines it and then like tucks it back in.
Just take a note.
He were we 2 nights ago. I saw him was at the Skewered Dragon. We were enjoying drinks there. I was doing some research, trying to find inspiration for my newest book that I'm working on. And we had a good evening of gambling and carousing with the locals. And then I said, bid him adieu, but he did not make it home that night from what I've been hearing. And I haven't been able to find any traces of him.
When did you discover that he went missing?
Just yesterday. I went to call upon him at his home, and he was not there. And it was unusual for him. We had an appointment yesterday for some more research.
How long has he been missing for?
2 nights. Not very long, but still, him disappearing without me knowing it is very peculiar and odd. He's a dear friend of mine.
If you visited Skewer Dragon, then you were asking for trouble.
I always ask for trouble.
And you found it.
Well, perhaps obviously I have my dark thoughts that maybe something unfortunate has happened to him, but perhaps he just wandered off in the wrong direction after a night of drinking and stumbled into an alley that he should not have.
Is it possible that he could have gotten caught up in your research?
We very much get caught up in my research. Every day.
What exactly were you researching? It
Well,
may help us find him.
If you must know, I am working on a new book. He kind of looks around. Admittedly, I've got a bit of a writer's block, and Floon has been trying to help me with that. Volo's Guide to Spirits and Spectres. But I'm having a bit of issue, so Floon's clever idea, he's like, well, he said, if we're going to be researching spirits, let us get to the heart of it. So we've been researching spirits of a different nature. As he kind of clinks his whiskey glass.
You were researching spirits in the Skewer Dragon?
I was being tongue-in-cheek, madam. We were getting drunk and drinking and hoping to get my writer's block a little loosened. Spirits is a word play for alcohol.
Is your friend as well put off as you? And she'll her eyes will go to where he put his coin purse in.
He is. He does well for himself. He's very handsome. And he likes to put on appearances when he goes about. Princely garb is like I to describe him.
So you both went into the Skewer Dragon, got drunk, and started flashing your gold around.
So you fucking paupers run into one of the more dangerous bars in the city.
Well, you must understand that I am Volothan Gadam. I am welcomed anywhere I go. I had a good little time with those there. No one seemed to have any ill will. We exchanged some money with some gambling, and I got to observe, and people told me the gritty stories there. I told them, oh yes, I'm going to write an expose for you for the Waterdeep Gazette. I was mostly just getting them to relax. And
You go into a place like that, you throw around a bit of coin, and of course anyone wants to be your friend. Right up until you pass out from drinking too much.
you're not wrong.
Then you wake up in a gutter.
Remember,
Not but your underwear.
you're speaking to the man who wrote Volo's Guide to Monsters. I am very familiar with danger, and I'm very familiar with the fact that the Skewered Dragon was very dangerous. But that's where I go to get my juices flowing. I was hoping to get my writer's block unblocked, as it were. Now, Floon was supposed to leave right soon after me, and I was not accosted on my way out, but perhaps he was. We are assuming he was accosted by those good people and the dragon, but...
What does your friend's face look like?
A handsome fellow, truly. He has his wavy red blonde hair. Very proud of it. Very prim and proper. White-skinned human. A little bit paler complexion. I always tell him he needs to get more sun. Blue-eyed.
He's like a ghostwriter or a research assistant.
Ghost writer is not what his role in my life is.
I'm sorry. You said you had writer's block. I was just assuming.
No, he's just a good.
You just say that you were studying spirits and ghosts and the like.
Yes, what does that have to do with good? That's clever wordplay there, actually. Ghostwriting specters. No. But if you were using the that abomination of term of ghostwriting, no, he is not my ghostwriter. I write all my words, every last one. He's just a good friend who likes to knock glasses about with me. I apologize, I
not
got a little
saying
heated.
that.
Just ghostwriters is a little sensitive subject for a writer of my stature.
We're not saying that you didn't write any of your research. We're just merely trying to get the details.
So, no offense taken. The name of the
So you
gentleman is
both-
Floon.
Yeah, I was just asking. Floon. He's got a last name.
He does have a last name. I'm pretty sure he said it. Floon Blagmaw.
Floon.
Last name.
That's an unfortunate name.
Right. It's so funny. I'll say this just above table, like adventures, like the one we just did, Lauren, on Tuesday. Like the names they chose for that published
Mhm.
adventure were interesting.
Terrible.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, but I didn't want to change it. I was like, whatever. Anyways,
I'm sorry. He had blue eyes, pale skin, handsome.
long
You said
red
dark
wavy
hair?
hair.
Oh, long red. Got us a ginger. Okay. And you said that 2 nights ago you visited Skewer Dragon. You both drank quite a bit, possibly flashed some gold. You both parted ways at the end of the night, and you haven't seen him since.
I have not.
Have you checked this tavern?
I've poked my head in and about, but they've been a little bit more closed-lipped since I left.
Close-lipped, as in refusing to give information?
Yes. To me.
When
She'll
you
just kind of like
when-
file that away.
when they were less friendly, were you showing less coin?
Oh, they were all very generous and very fun and very embracing of our atmosphere. I may have got a little low on cash there at the end. Dragons going a little low in my pockets from the gambling. And then left.
I meant when you went back.
Oh, yes, I didn't go there for pleasure. I went there for business, and they didn't seem to enjoy me
Mhm,
having business with it.
mhm.
Could Cora do a roll to see if she understands, like, if this tavern is like generally close-lipped about everything because seedy stuff happens there, or if if it's kind of a rambunctious place where it would seem odd that they would try to hide this information.
All right, then do a deeper history check here. Yep.
-1. Here we go. At 10.
10. Unfortunately, not more gleamed into that.
Okay.
Well, 10 gold each, 10 times more than that upon arrival each, if you can able to help me find my friend.
You said 10 gold now and then 10 later? If we find him?
10 times that amount later. 100 gold each.
Times.
Yes, of course.
Nikes.
Of course.
Yeah, Cora, I mean, she looks to the others, but she nods at Volo. I will help you find your friend.
Excellent. Excellent. Does she speak on behalf of the group? Is she your spokesperson?
She shakes her head.
Who is the spokesperson for your group?
We've no spokesperson, but I'll take you up on your offer. I can never say no to the gold.
Oh, yes. And he reaches out to shake your hand. You're all an adventuring group, are you not? How long have you been working
No.
together?
We just met.
I don't even think we've formally been introduced yet.
Also, above
You-
table, I do want to note when Volo reaches to shake Graf's hand,
Uh-huh.
Graf reaches for the coin purse and takes the 10 gold out.
As a sleight of hand thing here.
I mean, he's doing it like deliberately. He's even gonna spread it on the table to show Volo that yeah, this is exactly 10 gold he's taking now.
Or do you want to do it with style, like he doesn't notice it, or do you just want to assume he just sees you as you like, kind of like he's like, oh, getting a little
But
handsy.
yeah, Graf is not making an attempt to hide this.
Oh, he's like, oh, getting a little. Oh, yep, there you go. Yes, 10 gold, as I said. I was under the impression you were an adventuring group. You all seem so coordinated and so on the ball together, and we're in the yawning portal.
Or he looks at
Graf,
it. We're not exactly a party, but I suppose we could be one temporarily.
He gets a weird look on his face. He goes from like very like stern to this big grin kind of starts spreading across his face. Are you telling me that I, Volotham Gadom, am witnessing the birth of an adventuring party right here in the yawning portal? Oh, serendipitous! Oh, everyone!
A
Fledgling new adventuring party! They are forming this moment! What is your name? We must choose them a name, everyone! And everyone starts kind of like chatting like, oh, there's a new one! A little weird detail, like again, adventurers are important part of the culture of Yawning Portal. I haven't talked about it, but there is down here on this level, there's this big chalkboard. And there's adventuring group names on it, and there's odds, and there seems to be some sort of betting, gambling going around it. For those who spend a lot of time here in the Yawning Portal, you would know those are adventuring group parties that are in Undermountain, and there are people who are gambling, doing odds, and if they survive or not. But again, like adventuring parties are. Go ahead.
It's the Deadpool.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. The Deadpool. And so again, adventuring parties though are very much glorified, or not glorified here, but you know, most everyone here thinks they're an adventurer and they're a part of an adventuring group, and there's a lot of legends around different ones. So Volothamp is very much just enthusiastic about it. Come now, we must find you a name. Oh, the Mystery Marauders. Oh, there you go, right there, write down. Shall we write that one down? Burst of genius, right now. Did you say
We're
no?
not even really.
We
Well?
don't need a name. We don't need a name right now. I'm sure. we'll
The
figure
No
out something
Namers.
later. No. She's
No,
like
indeed.
she's resting her elbows on the table, like trying to shield her face.
Adventuring parties
Why, you fool
formed.
of a pauper. We've only just not even all agreed to take your offer. Granted,
This is
a
very
few of us have.
Very true. I got too excited. I apologize.
Hey, it's a bit premature. After all, for all we know, we could just hate each other's guts after this and never want to speak again.
Ooh, the premature jack-o'-lanterns. That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna write that one down for later.
I got the feeling Durnan's gonna need a new hand in that chest he brought up.
No offense given. I mean, I've had the shits I've come across. I've had Black Star Orchestra. Once, you would not believe this, but there are some of them are pompous. I've had friends come in here, and I've made an acquaintance of the Manu de Marai, the Hands of Fate. A little pompous, in my opinion. I prefer more with a little bit more laugh and a little bit cut to their teeth.
Hey.
I just threw shade at one of Lauren's adventuring parties.
Mm-hmm. Akumu bursts through the door like the Kool-Aid man.
Now, you're correct, though, heroic Graf, that you all have not agreed to terms. I believe. Who has said yes? Graf did. He has already got his coin.
Cora agreed.
I see no reason not to.
Mm-hmm. Cora, Graf, Zaba. Not that you've introduced yourself, but this is just Nate speaking out loud also. Did I hear you grunt, Udada?
If this group decides to help you find your friend, I want to help them.
Helpful fellow. And what about you, good sir? Look at you, Hillshire. You've been kind of quiet through this conversation.
After he's laid the money out, he's just staring at it. How many of these coins are mine?
10 gold each. Now, 100 later.
Well, I don't even know these people, but
Good.
I'll take the job.
Excellent. Udala, seems like this group of budding adventurers have agreed to help, so I assume you're on board with them?
Who is it? Sorry.
He's pretty much like, he's just confirmed with Udada now that everyone has said, yep, I'm on board, essentially. Are you speaking, Brent? I can't hear you if you're talking.
I'm not.
Oh, Vola has pretty much asked you, like, are we good then? Since everyone has spoken up, said they're going to agree to help.
I'm in charge of no one.
Oh, no, you said you were going to help them if they wanted to help me. And I was just making sure you were still feeling that sentiment. And that we're good to go.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Good, good, good. Here you all go. For those who have not slid the gold out of my shirt. 10 gold each of you. Shall we shake on it?
Yeah, Cora.
Yes, we're going to shake on it. He reaches across the table.
Cora reaches across the table and shakes his hand. Her grip's pretty strong.
Oh.
And
handshake.
let's all add 10 gold.
Yep, you all get 10 gold to your inventory. Everyone, cheers to the Mystery Marauders! Yes!
No,
work in progress name. Work in
no.
progress name.
Cora goes to hide behind Graf and then realizes he's way too short.
You're all budding
He
new
is, however,
acquaintances.
standing on the stool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's perfect.
I like to imagine the cloak is like 2 times too big, but like billows, so it doesn't like
Oh,
really
yeah,
affect it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
that's why. It's like he's having to stand on the stool to keep it from hitting the ground.
It drags
Turns around
behind
on the
him.
ground, yeah.
Perhaps I'm seeing fates unfurl before my eyes of new adventurers forming their group for the first time. I will leave you alone, so you may talk amongst yourselves and make your battle plans, investigation plans. But I'll be here at the Yawning Portal. I have a room here if you have any questions, and I'll be here for the rest of the night. Thank you all so much. I hope our relationship proves to be fruitful, and you find my dear friend Floon. And he like bows into you, Udada. He's like, Bakash, as he says goodbye in Goliath. What an interesting group. Hello! And it goes off and like gets into it.
Cora goes like darting after him, just like really quick.
Oh,
She'll kind of like grab onto like the back of his arm when he's walking away. Leans in. If at all possible, could you minimize the details of myself when you eventually tell people, because I know you will.
Minimize the details. Oh, I need you to make a
Just-
persuasion check. Oh, Lord.
Just say a woman. Persuasion. Okay. 15.
15. What if I'd tell the truth when I recount? You know, very many adventurers rely on my accounts of what I see in the world to make sure that they're safe.
I understand.
But I am not completely opposed to a little embellishment. Maybe I just talk you up. Perhaps you're actually a masked warrior with a blade deadly, and your skin infuses with a parasite from another world or something of that sort. Would that work?
Perfect, she says.
Excellent, excellent. But the mask I see in, because everything about that fashion statement, I just between you and me, I believe you have nothing underneath there, and you're just doing it as a marketing ploy. Excellent work. Excellent work.
Yeah, she cringes a little bit. Thank you, and like walks away.
It's always nice to meet a fan. Kind of wanders back.
Man. I do like Volo.
All right. Volo has left you all. Yeah, I love the idea. That was probably the best, or like the first time ever. Really, the players never really have introduced their characters to each other. They just got swept up in it, and he's like, "Oh, you don't even know each
Right.
other." So
Yeah,
have fun, guys. Now you can introduce yourselves and get to know each other. You've been
I know.
swept up in a scheme of
awkward
Volos.
silence at the
Yeah.
table. We all just shook on something. We don't even know each other. Yeah, Cor just kind of like drums her fingers on the table. So, what are your names?
Ego
You
Uda
can call
Adax.
me. You can call me Zaba.
Uda Ada Zaba. And she'll look to the other two.
You can call me Graf.
Graf.
Hillshire Figaro.
Hillshire. She'll nod. All right. I know we just promised and shook on this, and we haven't really talked about if we're actually going to do this, but I was serious when I did shake on it. I assume that's the same for everyone here.
Always down to get a little bit out of town.
This sounds like an opportunity to practice my abilities and help you with this mission.
This sounds like an opportunity to fatten my wallet.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey.
Money is a motivator. Well, I'm glad that we're all going to do this together. Are any of you familiar with this tavern?
I have been there many times. It's rough. Not as nice as the portal.
Certainly come across many of its customers.
It's a home of scum of the lowest kind. I've never felt any more like home than there.
Okay. I've been a few times. But I'm glad we've all at least been there once or twice. What do you suggest to finding this missing person? I'm not exactly trained in the ways of finding people.
Well, for what we know that Volo and that loon guy probably went in and showed some money and made a few short-term friends. So, I think a good start is having a day there, a little bit of a look-see, and just ask. Not in tavern, of course, but there's got to be someone nearby, maybe a dock worker or something that might have seen them go in and then might have seen them come out. I don't think anyone would really miss those paupers if they spotted them.
I know you
I think
all
it's-
have mentioned that you've been there before. Do you have any connections to the tavern?
I do not.
I got a
No one.
cousin that used to work there a few years back. Got stabbed and decided it wasn't worth it. So I think that connection's a little old.
Okay. I suppose we can go there and ask. And do any of you have any skills in tracking? I know Volo said that he searched himself, but I wouldn't exactly put my faith in his tracking skills.
I have exceptional tracking skills.
Good.
Oh, speaking of tracking, Graf looks and tries to find the half orc.
You do see that she's nursing a drink up at the bar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, when we break for here, I'm gonna go talk to her.
Try to keep it civil.
Are you kidding? I think that she'll want to know where those arseholes are. Where those arseholes are. Sorry, that whiskey that he bought is hitting a little harder than I thought.
Yeah, Cora's is untouched, so she kind of like pushes it in the middle of the table in case anybody wants it.
Graf goes.
It's affected me a little more. And there goes another shot.
Let's take another one.
Right, but I've got some experience in finding things, and of course, a city like the Waterdeep, there's bound to be someone, or maybe some rats or something that's seen him. There's always a
Rats?
trail. We'll find him.
You can speak to rats.
Hey, some of the weirdest buggers you'll ever hear. They yeah. Hey, let's just say that I try not to talk to them too often, but they do tend to be quite helpful, given how often they're squeezing into places they really oughtn't to be.
Okay. I will put rats down as a backup plan.
Ah, no, that's probably going to be one of the first ones I ask.
Whatever tools that we have at our dispensal will be essential. Did you want to talk to the half-orc at the bar before we leave?
Hi. And, they will, go up to the half-orc.
As you approach, she has like a bottle of cheap whiskey, and she is just taking big hit after it, and checking some of the like her fists where there's like scuffs and blood showing where she was beating the crap out of the guys, and she cracks her neck as you approach.
Hi, Leslie.
You're one of the mystery marauders. Pull up a chair. I saw your friend. He has my thanks. And she kind of turns and looks at, if you're looking that direction, Udada, she kind of raises her hand up to kind of give you like a gesture. Like, not that you have to approach her, but kind of like an acknowledgement. Your friend intervenes. Did you intervene? I don't remember you in the fight.
Yeah, I was actually coming to see if you'd like to take advantage. I didn't quite think it was fair for them to jump you like that.
They don't know anything about fair, do they? You want me to
Hey,
take advantage of them, eh?
hey, as it turns out, I might have made it a little bit easier for me to find out where they went.
Yeah? And how
They're
much is
gonna
this
jump on you
information
from-
going to cost me?
Ain't nothing but dinner and a show. And that, I have a feeling once you find them, that'll be the show.
I need you to roll a persuasion check. Or a deception check, honestly.
Persuasion with a +0. 18.
18. Who do you work for?
For the right amount of coin, anyone. In this case,
Hmm.
well, let's just say that a bet has been put on hold. And, I'd quite like to be the one to win that bet.
So is the cut of your jib exactly what you're presenting? You're an adventurer with looking at an opportunity here? Is that what I understand?
Hey, where there's a bit of coin to be made, I'll be right there. So long as, risk ain't too great. And in this case, well, you seem to be holding your own against them quite well. So if one needs to step in and help even the odds, or in this case, provide support to help find them and surprise them in the same way they surprised you, well, as I said, dinner and a show. And
Dinner and
the
a
fight's
show.
the show.
She kind of like leans against it and is like very much considering you. Normally I wouldn't really give a fuck who you were, and I wouldn't take you on any advantage against those bastards. But your friend did help. Saved me a long night recovering. Do you know who they work for?
I've got no clue, to be honest.
I didn't think you did. I would gladly take your help, friend. But you must understand that you might be sticking your dagger into a pretty big prize. You sure you want that kind of danger for a dinner and a show?
Now, lassie, ain't nothing gets my attention better than the word prize.
Okay. I gave you my word of caution. Now, for a dinner and a show, what advantage is it that you're trying to show me?
You seem like you can hold your own. That, and if you're
Me and mine
familiar...
can hold our own. She kind of gives you like a knowing look.
I actually didn't hear the first part of that, because
Me
I
and
was a bit too off.
mine can hold our own.
Of course. And if it so happens that you can help us out with the thing that guy over there, as he points over to Volo, just gave us as a job, then yeah, I'll even pay you a bit of gold for that.
Depends on his job. I heard him, but he's barking around the yawning portal looking for folks. Something about friends. Alright, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. What is this thing that you have in mind that I could be benefit me and those who a bit of a issue with?
It's not exactly gonna tell me exactly whether they are, but I am. I don't really. You know what? I got a little magical tool that makes it easier to find people that I can see. So for the next probably about half an hour, I'll have a better chance of being able to track them down.
You have a tracker on them right now.
Yes.
I need you to roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 4.
4. This seems too good to be true.
Hey,
I didn't
you said it was
see you.
dangerous.
Bring your friend over here. You're telling me a lot of things, but I want to hear from the one who actually put his body in between me and them. Or should I come and talk to your whole
Alrighty.
group?
Hey, Urara. You want to come over here for a second?
At your service.
You go over to the bar with them, joining the conversation.
Roll. Doom, doom.
She kind of reaches out a hand to give you like a firm shake. I want to give you my thanks for your help against those bastards earlier. You didn't have to do what you did. Thank you.
I don't know you or whether there was cause for the fight. I just know that it was unfair.
Fairness is a slippery slope. And there is a reason for them to fight me. You might have made an enemy in that moment. Powerful enemy.
Enemy of fairness is already my enemy.
Enemy of fairness. You're a philosophical one, aren't you?
In a very small area. Yes.
Interesting. Udana, go and roll an insight check for me.
Ooh. Something I'm good at. I've been rolling all this stuff I'm crappy at. Oh, and I roll a shit.
Oh.
I got minuses to stuff, and I'm rolling like 17, 18. And a plus 5, and I roll freaking 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, no little extra insight into that as her behavior or anything. She's like, your friend here, assuming your friends, Mystery Marauders, or whatever Volo's, you know you don't have to take whatever bastard name he's trying to thrust upon you. But if you're working together, your friend here is telling me a promise too good to be true. And he can track those who did this to me right here, right now. The problem is, I smell a trap, and it would not be beyond them to set such a figure before me. But you, I trust. Is this man speaking the truth? Can I trust him?
I cannot be sure that you can trust him. But in the time that I have known him, I have not seen him do anything untrustworthy.
And how long have you all known each other?
About 10, 15 minutes.
All right. And she's kind of like considering you all. I've also, and turns you to, I've also explained to your friend that he's tracking some very dangerous people who don't like my people. Are you ready to stick to punch things with a lot of power right now? I say this, frankly, if you are just some scums off the streets, I wouldn't give two shits. But you did put your body in the way for me. So this is my one caution. Are you ready for this? Is he ready for this? If you say yes, I will take you at your word and follow your friend here on some track following these men and where they went.
I will say this. If we only ever did things that we were ready for, we would never improve.
Interesting. And what are your names?
I am Tayago Udadax. You can call me Udada.
Udada? Well met. And you... She kind of like looks you up and down with your billowing cloak. my friends.
Continuing to billow, by the way. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
not wasted a bonus action yet.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm called Graf.
Graf?
And, I think if they want to introduce themselves, they can. Else I can give you the rundown.
Maybe I should join your friends, and if we only have a short time, I'm going to get this plan going quickly. I would. The information of where they've just squirreled away would be very valuable to me and mine.
Hey, I've not exactly got a way to see where they are, just a way to make it easier to track their tracks.
I'll take you up
So
on
for
this
all I know, we're walking into a
opportunity.
den of danger
Hmm.
ourselves.
Just knowing where they go could be good enough, but when we get there, perhaps we could come to an agreement if there's a path ahead. Shall I talk
Hey.
to your friends?
That sounds like a plan. This Graf hops down off the stool and
She eases off and grabs her bottle of whiskey and, like, comes on over. Like, heavy seat down. Nods at all you all. Your friend here says he can help track the ones who attacked me. I'm not sure exactly what he's getting out of it except for helping me. Are you looking for gold? But time is of the essence according to him.
Always like gold.
If
Tracking's no issue.
we find where they went and we can establish that as a fact. How does 50 gold sound? A
Each?
collective, not all. All we're doing is scouting.
Sounds fair.
May I ask what the fight was about?
A difference of opinion on how the streets should be run.
A territorial dispute?
You could say that.
Whose territory?
Mine and theirs.
Could Cora make another -1 history roll to see if she if she is like familiar at all with like water deep territories and
I haven't looked that far ahead to know how much
Okay.
how much is investigate. Just real quick, just like an above table comment.
Mhm.
Of like how much investigations are going to be, how much history check. It seems like that could be a good bit of it. Of like at least this little mini part of it is very much info gathering, pushing pieces together. So my
Right.
comment being, as you see the nature of the adventure playing out, remember if you wanted to tweak your character sheets a little bit, you're more than welcome to. If you're like, you know what, maybe I'll give
Yeah.
myself a +1 in history and drop something else instead. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you wanted to tweak it or whatever. But remember, because I do believe in like, oh, this is an investigation one and a lot of knowledge checks. Okay, that I would have changed things. Like that's 100% fair. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, go ahead and roll a history check.
Okay. 14.
14. You've heard rumors of a territory war and the underground of Waterdeep. I think even with 14's a good roll, but even with that, it's more of a broad strokes of it. Powerful figures. There's been rumors of the Zentarum group with a 14 that they've been there's a fracture there. There's been some sort of upheaval of some sort, but whoever these exact factions are, if it's thus Zentarum, is it them fighting each other? Is there other groups involved? You're not sure. But you get a sense that this is an underground dispute between perhaps two powerful factions of some sort.
Okay.
Or I say powerful, but two factions.
Two factions.
Whether you consider her as a front to somebody or those guys you just saw as powerful, it's up to you. Without knowing more details.
Cora kind of leans forward. She like leans her elbow on the table to get closer to her. Who exactly, or should I say, whose territory are you defending?
I need you to roll either persuasion or intimidation check. That's a very high DC.
Ooh, 22.
22. How about this? You help me. This time is ticking. If you do a job well done, I'll tell you who I work for.
My concern is if we agree to do this, we're going to put ourselves in the middle of a territorial fight that we don't need to be in.
I hate to tell you this, but you already have. And she kind of looks over at Udahada.
Oh, yeah, she kind of like, her head like kind of falls forward a little bit. She rubs the unmasked side of her face. I suppose you're right.
I was just trying to do what was right.
I know. I'm not faulting you for it.
There's some trust being built here, but I haven't heard much from, and looked at Hillshire and Zaba. And I'm under the impression that you've all just recently met. How I have to be very careful with the knowledge I have and who I work with. You're all strangers to me. Can you speak on behalf of, points at Hillshire and Zaba? They might not be agents of somebody I might be opposed to.
Hey, look, if you're not going to tell us who you're with, we don't have to tell you anything.
That's kind of my point. I don't know exactly who you are, but you would hire me, wouldn't you?
It's really more the price that I was thinking about. I mean, that Bolo guy's going to give us 150 gold each just to find his ghostwriter friend.
Roll deception check. 15.
15.
She laughs. He told you 150 gold pieces. Ah. Very good. Very good. Unfortunately, a scouting was not going to be putting up that much gold, but I can raise the price up to 60 gold.
Cora looks at, was it Hillshire who said that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She goes, no, Volo did say 100 gold each.
My mistake. But 50 gold still seems kind of low to get involved in a gang war, you know?
It's putting a target on our backs.
Just scout. 60 gold to you to get me to point A to point B, wherever they're holding up. And then, if you're proving worthwhile, perhaps we can have a further conversation of how much you want to be involved.
Well, it seems that since Uruara has already been publicly defending you, couldn't hurt.
I'm giving you a heads up on that. Perhaps you could spin it. He seems not the type to get involved in our politics. You might be able to spin it. Whether or not they're still not going to earn revenge, I'm not sure. Time is ticking. Unfortunately, I cannot, with the unknown. Go ahead, Zaba. What were you going to say?
With wars like this, it's a cycle of violence. Of course, there will be retaliation.
We could help you with that. As much as I would like to trust you, looking at you, Cora and Graf and Udada, you all can't even tell me that you all know each other that well. So prove to me that we can trust you, and I can give you more information. And I believe your friend Graf. I apologize. I don't remember if they've all who's introduced who names wise, but she kind of looks at you, Graf. Your friend here has indicated that he can get there on a timetable. So do we have an agreement or not? If not, I need to move on. 60 gold. to try and track them. We have to hope they're within 30 minutes of the yawning portal at this point.
Of course, I'm the one that brought it up, so of course I'm in for it. And I might have a bit of a dumb idea for if and when we find them.
So
I'll be
60 gold just for a heading?
Just for a heading. For you to get me to where you think they are, if that seems like your tracking skills are not a facade and you're not giving me the runaround, 60 gold.
Well, that's easy.
If this is just a scouting mission and we can do this without violence, then I'm in.
She kind of nods. Looks at, waiting for pretty much at this point, Hillshire and Udahada's agreement. She looks at the two of you.
Uda just kind of shrugs like, I'm still in.
Excellent.
I nod my head. But I've had I've just been staring, but I inside I just feel very brooding.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Hills, what have you got to say?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I guess. Still.
She immediately, as you
Less
say
than
that,
half of what Bolo
yeah, she, as you're like saying that, she like slams her hands on the table and gets immediately up. All right, do whatever magic you're going to do. See if you can find them.
Oh, the magic's already done. We just got to go out the door that they went out, and hopefully be able to find them fine.
All right. I know this could be a very quick one. As you step outside into the streets of Waterdeep, night has fallen because when we opened up, it was very much twilight, right? Dusk was settling in, so street lamps are on, cobblestone. People, it's still very active, right? Because the sun's just going down. And you step out, you feel the wind in the air and the smell, horse manure here and there, though they're pretty good about cleaning it up for the most part. But occasionally, they got to be quick about getting to it. The smell of city. Go ahead and roll a survival check for me. And I believe Hunter's Mark gives you advantage, correct?
Yes.
All right.
On any Let me read the spell real quick. Advantage on any wisdom, whether it be perception or survival check to find the target.
Were you hoping for perception? Because survival is usually what I would call for.
I can do either. I don't have a massive bonus to survival, but
I'll give you perception if that's what you're hoping for. I like to highlight survival as the tracking skill because that's one good thing it's for. But if that's what if you were leaning to perception, I want you to use the skill you were hoping for here.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, in that case, 25.
25. That was the group stealth check. You did see what they looked like, and they did have blood, right? They were in a fight, so there was at least one of them that had a bit of a wound on them. And it doesn't take too long using that little bit of tuning in. Like, we think of rangers and nature tuning into that, right? But I like to imagine that you're in tune to the city as your favored terrain, right? So you're seeing if the patterns of the alleys, the pattern of the sidewalks. If you were them looking for a bolt hole, and so you start using your instincts and that little extra guidance, this strange magical intuitiveness that you have. So what you see is like you have this special bond to this guy, and occasionally you'll see a little spot of blood, but in your eyes, it's actually magnified by magic, right? It's kind of glowing. For those who play The Witcher, you have like the Witcher senses are on. So it's like almost a video game-y-esque. You see it highlighted, so you know you're in the right task. And you begin to follow and leading directions. And I like to imagine too that you will point out when you see like these little spots of blood to Yagra, and so she can like bend down and see like you're not just bullshitting, right? Like, look, I'm following blood. And she'll nod as you make your way through the city. Hold, please.
Woo, my dumb idea from a week ago has paid off.
Yeah. And I think I was already said, like, I have an idea. Whenever you say dumb idea, actually it could be fun. And I love where you're taking this, potentially. So you follow them, and eventually, not too many blocks away, it does take you down into an alley and to a sewer grate. Very traditionally, tropey, but true. They have gone down into the sewer system. Do you continue the follow?
I mean, she paid for a heading, yeah? Go down there.
Hi,
What?
Lassie. Are you looking for us to continue, or is this good enough for you?
She's like, I don't want to say this. Do you know how big the sewer systems are in Waterdeep? That's a maze down there, a labyrinth of passages. I need you to get me a little closer than just the sewers. I trust your ability, though. You're showing to be useful.
Sounds fair enough. Big man, you mind helping me with this thing here? It's a bit too heavy for one of my stature.
I just pull up a map of Waterdeep just for a sense that you guys are traveling and moving around, but not that important.
I
So-
know Udo sorry, I know Uduado, he's like a little bit smaller for a God, my
Goliath. Yeah. Okay.
Goliath, yeah. Is he like more like leaner, or is he still like shorter
Swole.
but bulky? Swole, yeah.
He's 6'2", but he's strong. He's built like he kind of looks like a wrestler or an MMA fighter. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
like a light heavyweight. If you follow that stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, Graf, who did you ask to open it up?
The
You
big
did.
man right there. That'll be Udaada.
So do you go over to Udaada and like open the sewer grate for him so you guys can head down into the sewer
Sure.
system? Excellent.
Absolutely.
Screeches. And you head back down into it. You're in the sewer systems. I need you to make another survival check, still at advantage. The DC is higher now, though, because as you get down there, there is raw sewage and running water here and there.
Survival or perception?
Oh, excuse me, perception. Yeah, I'm just going to allow you perception.
All right, that's 21.
21. Hold one second for me. Boom, 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 boom. I want to do a couple things real quick. Wait, I think I have one in here called sewers. 1 second. Boom. All right. Yeah, you step down in there and you begin tracking. You do see the glow of the magic blood and the tracks kind of illuminating for you.
I'd like to point out that the whole time we're walking through the sewers, Hillshire's quietly whinging.
Yeah.
It's the whole time.
You said cringing?
Whinging, whining.
Whinging.
Like,
Oh,
slosh, slosh.
here.
Yeah,
smells like poop.
Do you want
this
to
is
roll?
gross.
Do you want to roll a Constitution saving throw to accidentally? No, you do not have to, but it's just there for you if you want it. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So as you're leading the way here, I have an official description for you. A putrid stream flows along this sewer tunnel, which leads in two directions. In one direction that the path is going, you see a tiny symbol drawn on a wall in yellow chalk. A palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference. So you come up upon this little symbol. But I did post that in there for everyone if wants to read it.
Oh.
And the path follows that little symbol. So you keep heading beyond. So after, it's a good bit of time and you're like getting close. Like you've been through the blocks, maybe like 5-10, or I say about 10 minutes. So down here, you like, I have 20 minutes left on this, and so you're like moving kind of quick, but you're still very skilled at what you do. So you have 5 minutes left, it's getting down there. You guys are down here for a good chunk of time. You come.
Is there any kind of a check we can see to make to figure out what that symbol means?
To be fair, yeah, someone could do a history check, but when I say it's a very high DC, it's a very high DC.
Nat 20, come on.
Yeah, I'll say it's in the 20s.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Cora, but you rolled a nat 20, but it needed to be a 25, not just a crit
25.
success. Yeah.
It-
I'd like to be honest with you. I should have said, I don't know if any of you guys can beat that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can actually get a 25 now I'm thinking about it. Cora, I'll give this to you, though, as a nat 20. Obviously a symbol of some sort of organization. Maybe you've heard something about eyes being associated with one of them, and that's your biggest clue.
I would like to point out that someone just took guidance.
I did just.
I'll give you. Okay, roll
So
a
it is
d4, Cora. Well, with a -1.
Well, not with Cora. No, not with Cora. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Oh yeah,
Somebody might be able
Yeah,
to make this
yeah.
history check with guidance.
Right.
fair enough.
If
Fair
I
enough.
manage a nat
No,
20
okay,
and
there-
a
only
4
one
on
of
the
us-
D4.
Only one of us has a +1, right? Nobody has a higher than +1.
Exactly.
kind
I'm the
of
one with
dummies.
the 1.
So,
Cora,
I mean, I
I'll
got
give you this.
You'd have to nat 20 and nat 4 the.
Cora, roll a d4. If you roll a 4 on it, I'll consider it a 25. If you can roll max on a
Ooh,
20 and then the
sexy.
d4.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So unfortunately, there's something about eyes or whatnot. Yagra, she's there and she's with you all. She kind of just like chuckles at it.
I'm
As you
still going to guess that that's the way to go, right? Like,
oh yeah. So that was one thing, right? But also on top of that, sorry, brain slowing down. Graf is still tracking and he's still seeing through his hunter's mark. Oh, there's blood. I can see a step here, and he's still leading the way. So that was one clue, but with him, he's very confident he's going the right way.
Okay.
So after another good 10 or 15 minutes of following the trail through these tunnels, you come to a 3-way intersection, and there's a ladder leading up into a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. And you see, as you get a little bit closer, there is another chalk symbol there on the wall. All of you see from this distance, I'm going to give you a bit of the doubt that you're moving quietly because you're tracking. So I would like everyone to roll stealth checks for me.
Oh, shit.
dun, dun, dun.
I cast guidance on myself. No, that's
Of course.
No, kidding.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
People can roll
Well,
it
at
if they
least
will.
you've refreshed your heroic inspiration.
We've all rolled
Right.
well. Look at that.
Guidance on Graf. Oh, wait, no. On Hillshire.
No, Graffman. Hillshire. No,
Yeah.
Hillshire rolled. It was Hillshire was the 8.
Yeah, guidance on Hillshire.
Hillshire comes through different than everybody else's for some reason.
Yeah, weird.
All right, hold one music real quick. I need to find a stat block.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
All
Dun,
right.
dun.
Why do I hear boss music?
2018.
We are the boss music.
Hillshire with a nat 1. Don't forget to give yourself heroic inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty here.
He
Not to
makes a-
punish one low roll, I'm gonna say this check needs to beat at least one more above that to have any hope of spotting you all.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So here comes a
Hillshire
perception
makes a-
check about something.
Disgust noise
Neither.
too loud as poop gets on his shoe.
Yeah. Fortunately for Hillshire, who is probably like itching under his breath maybe, and that's where like the nat one's coming in. It's like, move quietly, fucking trying. I love that you had the best stealth score too, Hillshire, but this environment is just like not playing it for you. So whatever it was did not see you, but you all see it. And I'm going to bring up a little map for you as you plan your moves here.
Scared.
Dun, dun.
What you see is a spherical grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. The screen's going to be black because I've not dropped your tokens or anything down yet, but so just hold for me.
Oh,
I was
God.
wondering why I was blind.
I'm blind! I can see again! I wish you guys got through level 1 so fast, I can't be like level 1, level 2, level 2. Here, I think you guys would probably be coming up from this direction. So let's do some pasting here. I don't care that you guys can
I see.
boom, 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 boom.
I see.
I just realized that's like going to be a little issue there. This obviously is not your marching order. You guys can move yourselves around. Who are we missing here? Hillshire, Graf. I almost called you Garf. I want to call you Garf.
I ain't an orange cat.
Where did I get that?
I do think it makes sense for Graf to be in the front of the party. given
Yeah,
that
you were
he is the
tracking.
tracker.
Yeah. Sorry. My brain.
I'm also sneaky. If we want the sneaky people to the front, I'm okay with that. And since I am a
Oh,
melee
God.
build,
Oh my God, he's giant.
Where's Garf?
Yeah, I dragged my
just
token
happened?
on.
Oh, thank you for doing that. I forgot I actually was preemptive and did that. So thank you. Let me come back to where you guys are.
Yeah, I
I'm
just wanted to-
giant. Yeah, you can just go and roll 20. Yeah, I forgot we did that. Yep. All right.
I cannot resize, but I can drag and drop.
So then this, and then this. Boop, boop. You should now see the little thing floating down at the end, and it's dark and quiet
it is
enough.
a thing.
It is a thing. Ew.
It's an ugly thing.
It's super ugly.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yagra whispers, "Gazer," and then she kind of motions you guys to back up with her. Does everyone?
What did she
back
say?
up? She said the word gazer, Gazer, and then kind of motioned you all to back up.
Oh, going in the wall.
I'm just pulling you guys back as that it's there's not any
Very
crazy
narrow
secrets or
space.
anything. Yeah. So you kind of pull back into it. You've done well. 400 gold if you help me attack them right now while we have the surprise.
I knew it.
Oh.
400. Damn.
You are on the footstep of the Xanathar's hideouts.
I had a feeling. Oh,
I work
God.
for the Zentarium.
Yep.
You would be in the debt of a very powerful group if you assist us right now.
Is it common knowledge that the Zentarum is like going through it right now?
Your checks haven't been really catching on to that so far, right? That was a part of the turf war and whatnot. But
Okay.
I kind of said it before, but those who have any sort of ties to the underworld, I'm okay with you all knowing that the Zentarum went through an upheaval and fractured. Like their leadership was destroyed a year ago. And so they're picking up the pieces. They're still very dangerous, but something different happened to them. Xanathars, though, is also a very peculiar figure. But hearing that, if anyone wants to roll a history check on Xanathar's guild, and Zentarum, to be fair, now you've heard the names, you could.
Ow, my eyes. I need to turn my lights on because every time I go to the random magic items page on D&D Beyond, I get flashbang. Yeah.
Love it.
However, I shall roll history to remember anything I can about either.
That's fine
14.
being like a total. Yep. Okay. Anybody else want to make rolls? I see a Cora and a Graph.
I can't imagine Ood having any
That's fair.
understanding of that
I don't
stuff
wa-
going on.
I don't
Might
really
very
want to
well
roll
might-
for it, but
Hmm.
could I just kind of know something about the Xanathar?
With your background, I will allow that if you wanted to know something about it, depending exactly on what it is. But
Just what it is.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's above table knowledge too, so it's one of those like I'm pretty comfortable with you knowing it. But let me check with everyone else first here though. With Zaba with a 15 and Graph with a 14, you both have very similar information that I'm about to spill out. So Xanathars is a mysterious figure who is a crime lord of some sort in his own way. And with 1514, what his relationship with this Zentarum necessarily is, you're not sure where it came from, but obviously there's a bit of antagonism before against that. So this new crime lord, and you're like, oh, the Zentarum, a underground black market, black network. Maybe they do some assassinations, some dubious stuff. They're okay. Okay. I suspected it might be them who's fighting each other, but it seems like that's pretty clear indication right now that those two organizations are fighting each other, having a turf war of some sort. And you can take that one step further. Hillshire. I'm okay with it having that. I think I know what you're thinking. Extra knowledge. So
I don't know
says
nothing about the Xenarim, but I just don't want to cross the Xenarms.
if you're doing work anywhere in Waterdeep, everyone's going to be pulled into this fight sooner or later. Many people have tried to destroy the Zentarum, but we prevail, and we go on. I don't begrudge you not taking a side in this fight, but we will pay you well.
But why? Besides money, why should we help you instead of them? If we're going to be stuck in this fight anyway, why should we fight for you instead of for them?
Because I know who you are.
We're all hearing this conversation that Yagra's.
Yeah, you're pretty much all whispering this conversation.
okay.
Like you would have backed up farther, but I'm not too worried about. I'm not gonna move your tokens anymore. It's just like you guys are comfortably away from whatever that weird gazer creature is.
And she said, because we know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we?
What exactly are you implying?
You have no pressure from me. I'm seeking if you're opportunist, but if you're to choose a side, if you choose them, my people have noted you when we left. They know we're together. They know what my business is about.
I think
In
our
that
choice.
case, I have never fought something like that before. Would be a challenge.
If we do our jobs well, no survivors, no one to know, and you can still keep your neutral position, and perhaps we could work more in the future.
If anything, I think taking out any witnesses would give us a bit of an easier time. After all, with the very ones we were tracking being the ones that Big Man right there were fighting by your side on against.
If you want to guarantee they don't know you and poke their heads farther, you know they're in there. 500 gold. And I can talk to my connections. Perhaps we can find you something of use. Adventurers like you, we have lots of toys.
Yeah, Cora kind of turns forward and she is looking not down this hallway, but kind of forward.
Yeah, you can quote unquote
And-
peek, yeah.
Yeah, her eyes get kind of hard. I don't want any witnesses.
Ooh.
Well then, I am in favor of letting the only witnesses be us and the gods.
Same.
Hillshire, Udada,
Let's
you
do this.
Well, if no one's gonna see us, then. All right.
she
How
smiles.
much?
Uda's just like
600?
chomping at the bit to go around the corner and start punching shit.
500 gold.
550.
Plus
Noted.
some toys.
Oh,
And I'll be
Sure.
with you.
first the prizes and the toys. Oh, you know how to get my attention.
Do you want me with you, or do you want to split the XP more evenly amongst you all?
Why don't you just hang back?
I'll be outside. Call, and I'll come. We have a deal?
I think it's better if they don't know the Zentarum were involved at all anyway. And of course, if we're in a tough situation where we need you, well, easier to cover the tracks.
I like the way you think, Graf. All right. Do your thing. Call if you need me. And let's take a 10-minute break.
Yes. I gotta pee.
Yep, yep, yep. All right, 10-minute break. 15 after the hour. Let's go.
Sweet.
All right.
I will say, Nate, my stupid idea that I had today,
Oh.
It doesn't sound like it.
All right, I got music now. All right, Nate, come try to kill us.
Oh yeah. So I had a dumb idea that looks like it's not going to be a possibility. My dumb idea was, if it turned out that they had gone through like a secret doorway or something, like the steps lead through a a bookcase door or something like that. I do have snare. So I was just thinking, oh, I could use snare and trap the other side of the or no, our side of that doorway.
Not a dumb idea at all.
Yeah, my stupid ideas are pretty good. My stupid ideas are pretty smart.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
We'd like to roll initiative. Let's go. Well, who's leading the way here?
Yeah. Cora does like mention the use of discretion so we can have a surprise attack.
I can be sneaky.
Excellent.
I do have guidance, so
Oh.
we
That
could
would even
straight up
be
have
more helpful.
Yeah, I think we
two
got two
characters
people
with
who can-
guidance. Ew.
Yeah.
Hand that shit out like Halloween candy.
Like candy, yeah. It's an action.
Yeah.
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 Mhm. Yep.
So I'm thinking
Um,
before we start and roll initiative. Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
okay. I have disadvantage on stealth because of my armor.
So
I'm probably
the
gonna
guidance
cast
on
So-
you for that.
Yep.
And do you do like party rolls, Nate?
or is it individual? Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
So, who has the lowest stealth modifier out of the rest of us? Because I've got +5.
Yeah, I
I
have
got a
+5.
+1.
I thought I
Me
was
too.
good at stealth.
Kevin,
heard-
you said you have +2?
+2. Okay, so we got 5, 5, 2, and then what was the other one?
Well, I know Hillshire's is like 7.
Oh, okay. Alright, I
So-
guess it's me. But I can
You're
cast
the
guidance for
problem
myself.
child.
Yep. But I'm strong.
Yeah, well, Cora does that Graph will guidance on Zappa. It's the same microphone, it was just put up. I had forgotten to pull it back down. But yeah, stealth guidance on Zaba. And I guess order for this corridor should be
I am sneaky and melee. So I would love to be up front if I could, or somewhere near the front.
well, Uda Ada has a +5 or something like that. So
Yeah, but you can guidance every 6 seconds, right? So guidance every.
well, it's concentration, so only one person per
Oh, I
caster.
forgot. Yeah, concentration. I forgot.
Well, Cora's already got herself, and I've got Zava.
Yeah, Cora needs herself. Yeah, she's got like a minus or you already have disadvantage, right?
I got +1, but it's disadvantage.
That loud, clanky armor.
Mm-hmm. With the shield.
Paladin goes last.
Clink, clink, clink.
Yeah, Graf
I'm
is
usually
good
the
in the
paladin,
back
so I'm
because
used to
he's
that.
got a short bow. So
Okay.
So I should be in the front.
Hillshire.
You can always give Cora a piggyback ride graph if you want.
I don't think that would work as well as either of us hope.
Hmm.
Oh, and I would like to specify, because I forgot to do so earlier, going into the sewers, Graf is going to pack his nice new cloak into his backpack. He is not going to let that roll out and be billowing shitwater behind him.
Billowing shitwater. I love it.
Hey, Urara.
I think we might have found our new group name, the Billowing Shitwaters.
No.
Billowing shitwater.
It's better than Mysterious Modders, or Marauders at least.
Yeah.
Oh yes. All right, are we ready for this, Zava?
Oh God, yeah, it was the bit from Arlo Guthrie, Dallas's restaurant.
Mm-hmm. I wanna be close. So I don't know how far. Oh shit! I do not.
So it's time for my 3 favorite words. I have dark vision.
I also do.
Our melee.
Okay. Well, we gotta have a light source ready.
Well,
Does
I
somebody have
can-
a cantrip, or do we
Yeah,
need to have like a torch ready?
Granted, mine is going to be when I cast it. Combat's already either going to be going or is going to start.
Yeah, that would be the thing. Is let it like we're in place and then bam, light it up.
Okay. Yeah, I will ready my cantrip for when anybody begins to attack. I will fling this cantrip at the gazer.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't thinking I was blind, so yeah, I'm not gonna be able to. Shit, that sucks. So I'm rolling at disadvantage with a +5. Somebody with a statistics degree, can do some math for us here?
It's looking bad.
I'm joking.
It's bad.
All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to just Leroy Jenkins this shit. Yeah, yeah. The problem though is I think both of our melee people suck right now. So like we need to get there. Okay. All right,
Is
let's
it
just
left
go.
or right?
If it's not
Go to
beholder,
the
why is it beholder
left.
shape?
But if not friend, why friend shaped?
I know, just shit in their pants.
I think technically a gazer is a beholder. It is a type of beholder, I believe. I don't have the stat block in
A
front of me. But
subspecies of beholder?
yeah, I believe.
No.
I don't care in character.
I'll do that.
Graph is totally up for it.
Perhaps the rogue was sneak attack?
Yeah.
I could try.
Mm-hmm. Myself.
I think Hellshire, Graph, and Zaba are the ones.
Yeah. Oh, are we holding it? Okay, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Well-
Well, who doesn't have guidance on them?
I don't
Who's
want to get
sneaking?
super like crunchy here, but like it's concentration. But then once you move, they got to touch someone. It's a touch, right? So they move, they make the roll, they stop somewhere, and then they could put it on somebody else. It's possible.
Yeah.
You
It's
send out
verbal and
Zaba, right?
Okay.
Zaba moves up.
Yeah. Who doesn't have guidance? Sorry.
Graph gave his
Graph.
to Zaba, but
Okay. Yep. Boop. Graph. Graph on the head.
Zaba. Zaba has it.
I do not.
No.
I do not have guidance.
I have the spell. I gave the I cast it on Zaba.
There you
Me.
Survive.
All right. Stealth. Yep, I have 60-foot range. Oh, if any of you guys want to try sneaking in closer, I can hold off, but otherwise,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take a shot from here if you want.
all right. Well,
I can cast you that
shall
blast too.
all right. Yep.
Yeah,
I
I wanna cast you that blast.
Yep. And yeah, as he does that, if possible, I would like to cast my cantrip as well.
Nice.
Level 2.
And this is the one that I wanted to cast. 5 radiant damage from me.
Nice. And so 8.
Perfect. That worked out well.
Wow.
Sweet. I'm so glad we took so long. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. And they're like, "Aw."
To be fair, you can't underestimate your enemies with uh, uh, I would like to note, however, Starry Wisp, the reason I used it instead of my short bow is any enemy that I hit with it uh, emits dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Mm.
Yep, until the end of my next turn, so.
Let's move.
Yep, I would like to do so stealthily. I would like to check the ladder and that sort of area for traps. Investigation.
I think,
would like-
real quick, I think there's something different about how you use investigation in 2024. There was a search action. Yeah. hmm hmm Right, right. Mhm. Cool, cool.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before I do, I would like to cast guidance on myself to give bonus to perception, the skill I will choose to do so with. Alright. It's 14 plus 4 for a total of 18. Alright. He relays this information to the party, as well as if Yagra is close by, he can just go tell her, hey, the ladder that thing was guarding doesn't seem to be trapped.
Hmm.
Woohoo!
Sweet. First go.
Alright. Actually, I just realized, if I may ask, do I remember what the race of any of those three guys were? Basically, do I know that they had a race that had no dark vision? Okay. Yeah. So, fairly safe to assume that they probably had a torch or something with them.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Bye.
Graf. I will say for this time, Graf is just gonna keep his eyes out for traps, because this one lane sewer seems through a door that was already protected seems like a really good place to put some hidden things that aren't going to be happy.
Amen.
All right. Well, I do want to use, as I walk forward, I want to at least use my hunter's intuition to be wary of, any traps as well.
Arrow slits.
Seems
I
like
assume,
a
okay, so it says I can add a D4 and add the number rolled to the check. Hunter's intuition. When you make a wisdom, perception, or survival. All right. Yeah, just in Discord.
Billowing.
Billowing
Shitwater.
Shitwater.
I'm gonna step forward.
Chink.
Let's
Well,
go.
what's really in the center here?
It's like a pillar.
dry spot.
What a guidance myself.
At least I get a heroic inspiration.
Oh god.
Go ahead. I'll give you my inspiration if you want to
God.
re-roll that.
It might well There's me and there's Cora who also
Yeah.
just got an 8.
I have one to give. I have one to give.
Well, I mean, as far as like, I do have an AC of 18, so I mean, we could probably go for like the squishier guy.
We have two though, don't we? Two people that have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we
Yeah.
want to.
Both.
We want
I
to throw
know.
them here.
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to
You know what?
Yeah,
I
I'm
will
willing. Let's
take
do it.
yours, Justin.
All right, cool.
I don't know
Cora's
how.
taking mine.
Yeah.
Roll again.
Oh god. I don't know how much better I could roll
Yeah.
since I'm rolling at disadvantage. Okay.
If we're doing group, then my
Correct my
change.
I stand corrected.
Much better. Much more gooder.
Good or better.
Much gooder. Yeah, Graph is just going to switch to basic hand signals. I'm not saying that he knows basic hand signals very well. He's basically the only one that's really comprehensible as stop. But
Question is, do
he's
we
gonna
know
try.
hand signals?
Well, he doesn't. So even if
Oh,
you
okay.
did,
Did he just flip me off?
damn it, and I even had the option to pick up a language proficiency in sign language. That actually would be a decent idea when we're trying to stealth, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of that. Door.
Door?
Oh well. Yeah, I do want to closely examine the door for traps and a mechanism and just, I'll go perception. Plus my d4.
No.
Well, I. How does the door? Does the door have a handle? Is there a keyhole? Well, I slowly grasp the handle and carefully and quietly open the door.
What do your elf eyes see? Oh,
Yeah, more sewer.
okay. More shit. Okay.
Yay.
I see a narrow slit. I don't see any thing.
Is there light? Well, then I'm just following Graph. I'm holding on to his collar still.
I'm gonna slowly. There seems to be like a box and a sleeping mat in this. So, I mean, I assume this was once a guarded post. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll roll again.
Yeah.
That's higher, so. Yeah. And to my left is another door. Is this door the same type of stone door? Okay. I see a lot of trash, guys. About all I can see. Gonna step forward a little more. See stairs. There's just a trash in a room, so I assume we should head.
Hmm. Like
That looks like a training dummy.
should
Well,
we
I
go
guess we
down
need to go deeper.
into the mines of Moria?
Sorry.
Look.
Hmm.
Freeze. WB WD. I'm just kidding. I was trying to think of like, wait, yeah, WDPD. Yeah, water deep. Please, please. Put your, put your hands up.
Hmm.
Well, like I could just behead him while he's sleeping.
Just, give him a Colombian necktie. Oh, you can Google that. Well, yeah, there's a second step.
So, yeah, I want to slowly approach him. With my katana. Yeah, I'm just like pointing that way and like mouthing, making goblin faces. Gonna slowly approach him.
Ooh,
Okay.
could Cora as a backup? Could she like she's right here in the arrow slit? Could she ready like her longbow? Sure. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Well, she might as well just try it. Yeah, she'll ready it. I have another move I can do. That's so...
I raised the katana to slice him at his throat. Is he laying on his back? I go for the coup de grace. Well, I raised it. Yeah, raised it above my head, almost execution style, and came down on him how the samurai would have, on the back of his neck, because he was face down.
Honorable death.
Absolutely. Check his pockets.
He's broke.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
find a
here's
piece of poop.
mine. Okay. Well, clearly he was supposed to be guarding and shooting at us. So
Yep.
I would proceed with caution.
Yeah, but where was he supposed to be shooting?
into
He
that
must have
arrow
been coming
slit.
in here,
Yeah.
Methinks.
but there's another one
Both
behind.
of 'em. Yeah, I mean
Mm.
both. I
Or two
mean
of
he
'em.
can cover two.
Just-
You know.
He's just shitty at his job.
Yeah,
Sleeping
he's
on the
just sleeping
job.
on the
That's what
job.
happens.
All right, I'm gonna go down deeper. Okay.
Yeah. Graf, you going next?
Yes.
I'll follow behind you, but
Whoop.
Whoop.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
mm,
And I turn around to them and just make indiscriminate hand signals. Again. I proceed forward. I do you know, like both hands on my left cheek, tilting my head with my eyes closed, sleeping, and then start rubbing my skin all over like I have lice or something, so because I'm sleeping on a piece of potato sack and hay.
I know. We're like, do you think he has fleas? Or she, sorry.
Well, there's no one here, so let's go to the door. Anybody want to look and see if there's anything valuable in these very nice sleeping arrangements?
I'm not touching it if it's got lice.
All right, let's go through this door. Okay.
Yeah, he said we don't find anything of value,
Roll
but I
my
think what
D4 too.
I think what he means is that we didn't find anything with, a price value. 'Cause everyone knows that lice, they're priceless.
Mm.
I hold up 2 fingers and like move my hand in a forward motion.
Freeze WPDD. WWDPD. Mm. Kick the door in.
Yeah, I think now's the time to get aggressive. Is this yeah, I want to brazenly bust in as if we were doing a raid. Um I'm gonna kick it right at the handle as you should. And I'm gonna knock it down. Yeah. And I
Oh,
actually
Lord.
I want to confuse him. We are Waterdeep PD. We're the constable.
Yeah. WDG.
Yeah, I do want to yell that because I think it benefits us to have them think, not actually
Yeah.
understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
hired
for
by the
sure.
city.
Yeah. So
Mm.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
oh shit.
Well, he doesn't know that
Great
we're not
place.
a part of it. He just saw us at a tavern.
Yes, and
No
then we
witnesses. No
appeared
witnesses.
in their
No
hideout.
witnesses.
Keep it rolling, keep it going, guys, until honest Cora has to be like, we're not a part of the WG.
Oh shit.
Right. Actually, we are not a part of them. We're an adventuring party.
Nice. Nice. All right. Gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
GG's.
Good
Good
night.
night,
See you later.
guys.
Bye.
Yes. See y'all next week.
Yep. Woohoo!